good, everybody, and welcome along to Rodney Green Arenas. It is the Hawke's Bay Hawks and the Wellington Saints, round 13, Sky Broadband Rapid League action. And it's the second game of round 13, and this is shaping up to when Rapid League starts to make a difference for teams in the points for and against. Andrew Mulligan, Tom Abercrombie on hand. And Tom, as we know in Rapid League, every point matters in the Sales NBL ladder.
That it certainly does, Mels. Good evening, everybody. Fantastic to be here as we have a quick look at the Sky Broadband Rapid ladder and the Hawke's Bay Hawks sitting there in the 6th spot. Especially for them, those points really do matter as they go down to the wire for that 6th and final spot in the playoffs in the Sales NBL. The Wellington Saints sitting up top, but points differential still matter for them too. They're jostling for position on the ladder too for that all-important home playoff spot come playoff time as we get into the pointy end, Miles.
Yes, certainly, and we'll have more on how the league is going to be shaken up, especially when it comes to the Sales NBL. This is how it looks for the Saints, and there's Sky Broadband Rapid League 5, Satapaese, Dougal Meter, Prooster, Lovell, and Hippolyte. So Zico Coronel, he has to juggle some players around, so some youngsters get the opportunity to prove their worth to a coach like Zico Coronel. That is going to be exciting for the Hawke's Bay Hawks and Sam Gruggan. It's a pretty good 5 for them. Clifton Bush the third making, I believe it's a season debut, and great times for them. Jared Kenny, he's not really interested in playing the Sky Broadband Rapid League today. I don't blame him, he's done enough. Look, he's even doing the signs. Treacher, Smiler, Murphy and Keeley round out the 5 for the Hawke's Bay Hawks and Sam Gruggan.
Where was Jared Kenny, Miles?
Walking along.
Oh, I missed him. Here we go now, head-to-head. The Hawke's Bay Hawks averaging 34 a game compared to the Saints 39. Both teams getting it done, points in the paint. 6.6 turnovers for the Saints. They'd like to keep that down tonight, but making plenty of threes, averaging 5.3 in the Rapid League. It's a pretty good number for them.
Certainly is. They love the 3 ball, do the Saints. They are one of the best at it in the Sales NBL, and that is carried down, filtered through to their Rapid League bench unit. And those are the referees for our game tonight. And it will be interesting to see how some of these new names will get on, especially the likes of Corey Lovell getting his first Rapid League start possibly in some time, if not this season. I haven't had the privilege of calling a lot of Saints games this year, but looking forward to seeing what this team can do. And of course, a lot of players with national age group duties too.
That's right, Miles, we forget about that, but under 17s currently away as well at the moment. So not just the Sales NBL rosters that are a little bit lacking in numbers, but those young fellas that are here tonight will be putting their best foot forward as we get ready for the tip.
Satapaese and the Saints will start the game. The vet Prooster out there for the team from the 04. And they'll stay with the Saints with 11 on the shot clock.
Clifton Bush third, Miles. You know what's happened to him this season? It's just his debut, I think you mentioned.
And a foul the other way. It's Corey Lovell picking up the foul on Kahu Treacher. Good quick bucket.
Yeah, great early take here from Treacher. Gets up and in with the left hand. He's a little pumped. Nice and 1 to start the game here for the young Hawkies.
Yeah, I believe it is Clifton Bush the third's first outing this season. Happy to be proven wrong, of course. Cheers to his dad for doing the interviews too, pre-game. Appreciate that. Satapaese lost the handle. Treacher made the and 1, and Hawke's Bay have the ball again. Tom Smiler with it. Back back to Smiler. Time winding down on the shot clock. And a foul from Hippolyte.
He just gets bailed out there from Hippolyte. Didn't look like the Hawks had anything going there offensively, but just puts his head down in the end, attacks the shoulder. Able to draw himself a foul. And he will go to the line actually as well. Deemed to be in the shooting motion there.
So early action at the line for the Hawks. Really testing the Saints defense here. And 0 for 2 on that visit to the Chemist Warehouse line. That shot is off. Wellington scoreless so far in this game.
Yeah, tough going for the Saints early on in this one. Neither team really finding any kind of rhythm offensively, but seems to be just putting the head down and getting to the rim is the best early offense for the Hawks at the moment. The Saints try and get on the board here through the veteran Dion Prooster, who draws himself a foul.
That's what you want, just the vet presence to get to the rim and bend that defense.
Just too easy there for Prooster. Waltzes into the lane. Keeley just coming over a little bit too late. Prooster going to have a big role to play in this one and game after this one. Didn't play any minutes in the Saints' last loss to the Bulls. He's going to have a big impact on tonight's proceedings.
First point for the Saints from the foul line. Here's Murphy, great competitor, great defense though from Prooster.
Fantastic block by Prooster, pushes it back down the other end, and Google Meter just comes up a little bit short on that one.
Great offensive rebound from Lovell.
Lovell's got a very long frame out there. It's my first time getting a look at him, but good basketball body.
He's 6'10" by the JUCO stats that I've looked up. Not a lot on the profile section, but yeah, he's got a great frame. Good battle between him and Keeley. Number 5 for the Hawks. Clifton Bush, the third with the switch now. And Lovell, great defense on him, but even better offense.
Yeah, real smooth from Clifton Bush. Nice and poised. Just gets to his spot, knocks down the mid-range jumper as Dion Prooster gets a nice look at the other end. That one comes up short.
And Murphy with the two-hand dunk.
Get up, young fella. Murphy with the nice two-hand flush. The Hawks up 7-2 early in this one. Just tough going at the offensive end for the Saints.
Nice shovel pass. It's pretty between Fatapaese and Lovell.
Good take there from Lovell to see him getting involved in the action.
Corey Lovell at the line. This is the first. Good on the second. So the Saints find it hard work at the offensive end. The Hawks are attacking hard. Murphy crashing the offensive glass. Moore. Ryder Moore for 3.
Much better offense there from the Hawks. Gets some nice two-man action. Finds the guy in the pocket. Offensive rebound, and they work it around for a nice finish as Clifton Bush sends Brewster's shot packing, but he stays with it with a second chance opportunity. Gets the foul the second time around.
Dion Brewster spent time in Japan, I think, coaching, living up there. I think his partner speaks Japanese.
I believe he was an assistant coach with Paul Hanare.
Oh, that's great.
Actually, his team. So learning from one of the best.
Coaches love going to Japan, Tom.
They do. It's the place to be at the moment, it would seem, Miles.
I think Zico was up there with Paul Hanare as well. And of course, Modi Moore from the Breakers has headed there in that B League. Nice crossover move. Murphy, even better defense though. It's a battle in the paint, and Lovell fighting for it. Does very well. Saints the other way. Satapaese on the reverse. And then it rolls in.
Finally, teams playing volleyball down the other end, and the Saints are able to come up with the two to finish off the quarter.
Arthur Pilcher on the glass. Tane Samuel in amongst it as well, loving it. Hiram Harris, former Hawke's Bay Hawk, out there loving it as well. Love to see Hiram travelling with the team. His knee injury is not great at the moment. And you can get your FIBA starter from $30 a month for the first 3 months. Sky Broadband bringing you this Rapid League action. I love it when Hiram's sideline too, Tom. He always has a basketball.
He does like having a basketball in his hands.
That.
As we have a quick look at some of the highlights of that first quarter, Clifton Bush got himself onto his spot. Saw the nice two-handed flush from Murphy. And it was the Hawke's Bay Hawks finding things pretty easy going on the offensive end on their way to 10 points in that first to start it off. The Saints brought it back at the end. Dion Brewster, 4 points for the Wellington Saints, leading the way for them. Corey Lovell, 5 rebounds in that first quarter.
5 rebounds.
And the young fella.
Excellent work. So some of the outs for the Saints. Of course, no Hiram Harris with his knee. They don't have Troy Plumtree. He's playing with the under-17s. Isaiah Liaf is out with the Tall Blacks. Caslo Evans Jr. is out with a knee injury. And, of course, Jordan Natai, he is out with Tall Blacks duty for the Hawks as well.
It's not about who's out, it's about who's in right now, Mulls. And these guys got an opportunity tonight, put their best foot forward, show that they are deserving of minutes coming down into the business end of the season. Murphy.
Contested 3 off the bounce.
Murphy with the rainbow quick release. That thing didn't touch the rim at all.
Paesi happy to stick one back. And we've got a whistle on the rebound. Is that on Treacher? No, I don't think so. I think it's on Smiler. Someone from Smiler called for the foul. Staying with the Saints.
He had Dougal Nita open in that corner for a second, just didn't see him.
Dougal Mita goes for 3, in and out. Oh, look at Lovell.
Another rebound.
Corey Lovell getting amongst it in this game.
The basketball body coming up with some big boards, as we see here, just reaching over with one hand.
It's like a taller Tom Abercrombie with that frame at that age.
Wish I was 6'10", Miles. Come in handy.
And there he is again.
Fantastic work from the young fella.
His first field goal. He's doing great work in the glass, on the glass rather. And he's got 6 rebounds. Murphy picks it up. Treacher bodying up. That 3 is off from Tuala Fata.
That's fantastic defense there from Pilcher. Found himself the big fella down low, held his own. Good physical, low post defense. Brewster likes this matchup. He waves off Lovell. He finds the poor old Kennedy Park sign on the bench.
Big fan of Kennedy Park Resort, Napier. Tom, are you?
Plenty of memories at Kennedy Park, Mulls. High school nationals. Plenty of times playing for the Pistons and the Saints. My time in the NZNBL. Used to stay at Kennedy Park.
Hawks looking to build on this 4-point advantage. Smiler operating on Lovell. Oh, that's unlucky. Smiler did all the right things there. Got the separation with the big, and it will be a foul though on Pilcher.
Yeah, you're right, Miles did everything but get the finish there. Really nice take from Smiler. As we see it here on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, just shooting that right foot, right hand, the off foot finish, which is not easy to do, but one he'd like to have back. He's shaking his head a little bit. A good job staying with the play, gets his offensive rebound, chance to make amends.
This is the first. They're just 1 for 4 from the Chemist Warehouse foul line. That's the second. Saints come into this game, Tom, averaging over 5 threes a game. They're 0 for 5 so far. Will this be the first? No, 0 for 6. Treacher looks up ahead. There's Murphy leaking out. Oh, he can't get his second dunk, but that's because he was fouled.
Yeah, just had his ankles tapped a little bit there from Brewster. I think he was trying to get out of the way. A good job there, Treacher going up strong. Oh, Murphy, sorry, going up strong as we see. Yeah, Brewster just catching his legs. Luckily, nothing too untoward happened there. Those ones are always a little bit dangerous when you get your legs taken out from you going up for a dunk. Hey, Muls?
Yeah, Tom, totally, man. Yeah,
that was you last night in the rec league?
Ground and pound, more like it. It was absolutely... It was the first social basketball game I think I've played in 20 years.
Well, rumour has it there's some footage floating around somewhere. I might have to get hold of that.
It's a very Luca-like play. And when I say Luca-like, after a couple of beers. 16-9. Fatapaese. Great look. Lovell rolling to the rim, and we'll head back to the Chemist Warehouse line. He's been a problem this first half for the Hawks in the paint.
I'm loving what I see from Lovell. He's come out and played really well in this first half, doing things both ends of the floor, rebounding the ball really well. A couple of strong takes to the rim. It's rewarded with the free throw line.
I believe Lovell is at Hawke College in Pennsylvania. Now, someone in the Saints family, I'm happy to be tweeted at Andrew_Mulligan, because Corey Lovell has been a lot of fun in this game so far. Information is scarce a little bit at the moment, but what we're seeing on your screen right now is something pretty good. Treacher gets Lovell up. Nice move, Treacher. Kahu Treacher.
Yeah, nice patient move from Treacher there. The bigger Lovell threatening with those long arms, but able to use his body. As we see, Fatapaese has come up short at the other end as well. And Hawke's Bay Hawks back out and running, looking to extend this lead. 18-10 early on in this one. It's been hard going for the Wellington Saints.
There he is again, Corey Lovell getting a hand in the passing lane. Fatapaese waiting for his big. Now the rest of his teammates join him. Pilcher loses it, gets it back, puts it up. Too long, but Hippolyte has the rebound and he can't make them pay.
Well, a little messy there, Miles. I think Pilcher, his eyes lit up on that baseline drive. He was thinking about going up for a second, but just lost control of the ball. Instead, he dribbles out the length of the baseline and puts up a three.
Here come the Hawks again.
Good hands there from Tualafata, coming up with the steal.
Murphy stepping around that 7-foot wingspan of Corey Lovell. Again, he's in the mix of it. Pilcher lost the handle. Brewster outside. Saints still looking for their first three-pointer. 0 for 6, down 8. Both teams have a player timeout available. Prooster. Hippolyte left it behind. Another turnover. Treacher puts it up to end the half. A good half of basketball from the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Just 3 points for the Saints in that second quarter. And the Hawks lead 18-10 after one half. Hiram has his basketball. And the Saints need to use the basketball to put it in the hoop. That is the problem here.
As we have a look at our Chemist Warehouse half-time stats here in the Rapid League, Dion Prooster leading the way for the Wellington Saints with 4. Our man, Corey Lovell with 4, but Murphy 5 points and Treacher 5 points for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who've done a good job sharing that ball around. As we see our man again, Lovell, he's got 7 rebounds in the first half. The Wellington Saints done a good job rebounding the ball, who struggled shooting it from the floor. They're just 2 for 14 in the first half of that one. Tata Paesi, he's got 3 assists to lead the way in that category, but it's really been all Hawke's Bay and our man Corey Lovell keeping us entertained in this one, the first half.
Well, Corey Lovell, he's got a 7-foot wingspan, just recently peaked at 6'10", so his growing is still to come. And he's got a 3.75 or 3.80 grade point average, Tom.
It's not bad at all, Miles.
Do you remember yours from Washington State?
I think it was 4.0.
Of course it was.
Maybe?
Of course it was.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah. Get 25% off any large pizza. That QR code, that is a deal. Once you're through, use Sal's Jam until Thursday the 25th of June.
It's a heck of a deal, Miles. I won't forget that one anytime soon.
Sal's Jam, now that's a great online code. Felt like last round, Tom, it was Sal's Basketball.
It's too long, isn't it?
And I felt like they'd run out of codes, but we're back with Sal's Jam.
Sal's Jam is good.
7 letters, you're going to remember that one, Sal's Jam. 25% off any large pizza is also a great deal. Sal's Pizza, wonderful sponsor of this league. Multi-year sponsorship deal as well. The belief in the NZNBL is strong. A lot of sponsors as well around the country, which is great to see. Back underway, third quarter. Saints ball staring down an 8-point deficit here. Fata Paese. Light to Prooster, looking for their first 3. 0 for 7 now, the Saints in this game. Up ahead, Treacher. They have got out and ran in this game. No whistle. Prooster and Treacher go down. Fata Paese to Corey Lovell. Great defense. And that is the charge taken by Tuala Fata.
Bit of a helter-skelter start to this second half. Both teams happy to get out and run. Defensive transition.
Nice.
Not great for both sides.
That's a blocking foul, my mistake. I thought he'd done enough there.
Lovell can do no wrong,
He
surely.
can't. So we'll stay with the Saints. Maria Dukel meter on the baseline drive. Short clock, of course. Pacey working around, and he's fouled. He'll head to the Chemist Warehouse line. It's not easy tonight for the Saints in the Rapid League, that is for sure.
No, nothing easy at the offensive end for the Saints. It's been a bit of a struggle to find any rhythm or continuity in what they're doing at the offensive end. As you mentioned, Miles, they are 0 for 8 from the three-point line in this one. It's a big part about what they normally do. They average 5 threes a game in the Rapid League, but when they're not hitting, they're struggling to find some other options at the moment, and not hitting from the free throw line either on that occasion.
Second one made, 1 of 2. Saints, 7 of their 10 points, 11 points rather, coming from the foul line. Treacher spinning, left hand, just a little strong.
Yeah, lovely move there, just a little bit strong to the left, but I love the intent, putting his head downhill.
0 for 8 now, the Saints. Fata Paese, though, has it back. Hippolyte. Dougal Meter. This surely, yes. Rangimaria Dougal Meter, a sniper for the Saints off the bench.
Yeah, it was a
NZNBL.
lovely pass out to Dugelmeter in the corner there, who showed fantastic poise and patience, getting his man up in the air. Little one dribble to the side. Really does get you in rhythm as a shooter.
Bush the third, been on the white bike, back out there now. And comes up empty-handed on that one. Dugelmeter in the corner, Lovell has it poked away. Dugelmeter pulls the trigger from the other side this time, and it's Treacher with the rebound.
Yeah, Tatapesi just reaching in there, a little bit over-eager. And for that steal. 18-14 to the Hawks. They've just struggled to score a little bit themselves in this third quarter. Yet to get off the mark.
Treacher pulls the trigger. Oh, now Keeley in the middle, getting the rebound. Smiler has it. Excuse me, that's Ryder Moore, and he has it blocked by Lovell. Now it's Treacher. That's better from Kahu Treacher, knocking down that three.
Well, the first points for the Hawks this quarter, and the three-pointer of that, just what they needed to settle themselves down. Extra possessions there on the offensive rebound for the Hawks.
Tatapesi, they go under the screen and he makes them pay. Closes this lead that the Hawks have to 4 now.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication on that on ball. No one picking up Tatapesi as he comes over the top there. More than happy to step back behind that screen and let it fly.
Keeley comes up high, Murphy drives, keeps it high. Lovell tips it, and it comes down to Dugelmeter. Tatapesi waves away the screen, and he goes down on the foul.
He's come up a little ginger on that layup attempt there. I'm not sure what's happened. Hopefully he is okay. He's pretty heavily strapped on the knee.
Tatapesi will walk it off. He'll go to the line. Been a good quarter for the Saints. Just the one field goal by the Hawks, that Treacher three. The Saints have 8 points after only having 3 in the second quarter. And we've got a 2-point ball game. And Tatapesi, this is not good for Zuko Coronel and the Saints. He's going to come off. There's Troy McLean and Hiram Harris. Look at that knee.
Yeah, they want to make sure he's okay. Tatapesi, one of those guys who stands to benefit from Isaiah Leafa's absence tonight. Nobody chance to step into some of those minutes, so Coach Troy McLean just making sure his youngster is okay as we see a turnover there from the Hawkies, who, as you mentioned, Mels, haven't had their best quarter. Just 3 points in this one, in this quarter for the Hawks. A tight game. Saints right back in this one. Hit the last shot of the quarter.
Murphy with a good defense. I feel like corner three, Dugelmeter had it tipped. And that's the third quarter over. The Saints come storming back in it with a 9-point quarter after only having 3 in that second quarter. They're down just 2, 21-19. Hawke's Bay clinging on to a lead they've had most of the game, if not all of it.
That's right, they've been in front the whole time, but Saints slowly clawing this one back. As we see our Sky Broadband Fibre starter up on your screen there, but The Hawks just trying to hang on. I feel like the Saints have never really got it going in this game. Probably a bit more experience than our Hawke counterparts, as we see Dougal Meter finally breaking the drought in the three-point line for the Saints. They haven't shot it well so far in this one. They're 2 for 13 from the three-point line, but both those threes came in that third quarter. Tapiesi there showing us the second attempt. And he's likely to sit out this fourth quarter, which might make a bit of a difference.
They haven't shot the ball well at all. They're just 4 of 20. 20% from the floor. What's kept them in this, Tom Abercrombie, is probably the 8 offensive rebounds. There's been plenty of opportunities for offensive rebounds.
And there has, Miles, and 5 blocks too. Doing a job at the defensive end. Now our man Corey Lovell's done a good job defensively, just being a big presence in the paint, deterring things for the Hawks with that long wingspan we see on our screens now.
Yeah, he's got 4 rebounds. 4 blocks. One's just been taken off him. Devastating. Down to 3 now. He's been fouled 5 times too, has Corey Lovell. So he has been working hard in the key.
He has been involved in everything, as you see there, guarding the on-ball and doing a fantastic job generating the turnover. He's involved defensively in nearly every on-ball. He's involved offensively in nearly on-ball as well, as we see him here rolling to the rim.
Tapiesi is out there as well. Time winding down on the shot clock. Ooh, nice move. Gets an all from Tom Abercrombie.
Plenty of separation in that crossover there. Can't finish the job.
Opportunity to take the lead with that 3, but it come up empty. Murphy in and out. Saints survive a deep 3 attempt on that one. Here's Prewster.
And this is anyone's game right now, Miles. Someone's just got to go and take it.
Tapiesi. Keeley doing a good job challenging, and Murphy.
Tapiesi doesn't look 100%. He's come up a little ginger again. I think he's going to get subbed out again on this one. That's his second foul, just going for an offensive rebound and sticking his hands in there. A little bit ill-disciplined. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate to see it. Just the one sub, of course, tonight. A little bit skinny around the league. Benches calling on the young bloods. Jacob Murphy's been great. He's been there all season for the Hawks. Broken up with the Keeley connection, so it stays with the Hawks.
Keeley and Lovell look like they've played a little bit of basketball against each other over the years.
I would absolutely agree with that, as Treach's 3 is good.
Nice little pin down action there from the Saints, and the 2-man roll gets Corey Lovell rolling to the hoop for the 2. Nice pass there from Dougal Meter.
Foul by Pilcher. Corey Lovell. I'm not sure how many screens he set. I don't know if we have advanced stats like that in Rapid League, but I'm going to say it's a Rapid League record.
I agree with you, Mel. As I mentioned before, he's been involved in absolutely everything. I've heard that name plenty tonight, and I get a feeling we're going to hear it plenty more in the future too. Like what I see from the youngster.
Not often you get a 6'10" kid playing with a 7-foot wingspan in Rapid League, and I don't know if he misses the first one, but Corey Lovell has been a revelation in this game. Taking his opportunity as Murphy misses the second. Door ajar still, plenty of time as well. Down 3 are the Saints, and Prewster running their set. Meter, Dougal Meter for 3, can't get the roll off the glass. Pilcher has it blocked by Keeley, and the Hawks save it. Oh, and Treacher stepped out.
Well, the Wellington
Corey Lovell.
level that man again. The Saints running that same action they did last time down the floor. Generate a fantastic look for Dougal Meter. And just comes up short, but they hang around, put enough pressure on to force the turnover from the Hawks, and they're going to have another chance to tie this thing up.
In trouble, but Hippolyte, great pass, and Lovell again. Nice timed cut. Will head to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot two. Looking for points 7 and 8.
Yeah, McLovell Mulls, he's got 6 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. He's been everywhere.
Stroke two for a big man, Tom Abercrombie. Saints slowly closing in, now down just one. Hawks ball, Murphy into the paint, covered well by Lovell, gets his fourth block.
You could have moved those feet, Mulls.
Got Tom Abercrombie excited here. I'm excited too. Now Murphy steps to his right, knocks that three down. Jacob Murphy, I love his game, he's such a competitor.
Massive shot, Jacob Murphy over the outstretched hand of Lovell, who did all he could to deter that, but a massive shot and a massive steal there from Smiler as the Hawke's Bay Hawks look to try and put the Saints away.
Big possession here. Can the Saints get a stop? Almost. Pilcher almost ripped it from Treacher. Murphy, big three. In and out. Lovell. Great rebound.
What a rebound, and here come the Saints. Dion Prewster, the ball in his hands.
Dougal Meter, they're right on him. Treacher trying to get around. Dougal Meter stops the clock, heads to the line to shoot two.
Nice patient take there from Dougal Meter, just shook his band enough. Treacher can't quite get in front. Smart play, not settling for the three there. Dougal Meter putting his head down.
Tough drive.
Knocks these two down and we're right back in this thing.
Both teams have their player timeout available. 40 seconds. He makes both, never in doubt. Saints extending this pressure. Pilcher, that's the third team foul as well, so that's shots. Arthur Pilcher caught with the hand in the cookie jar, as they say.
Yeah, they could sniff out an 8-second violation in that front court, trying to put the pressure on and just not quite backing off once they crossed over that halfway line. A little bit ill-disciplined there, not what the Saints needed at this time of the game. Just needed a good, solid defensive set there instead. Murphy will knock down the first.
Never in doubt the first one. What has he got for the second one? This will make it interesting. It's a 4-point ball game. Oh, telegraphed, but they get it back. No, they don't. Fata with it. And a foul. Dion Prewster stops the clock.
Oh, well, just when the Saints needed a big possession, come up with a very costly turnover. Great defense from the Hawks to come up with that one. Talafata, chance to ice this one from the free throw line.
Ooh, this is the first, makes it interesting. Saints need to go, and they had their player timeout. Pace it, Fata Pace slipped somewhat. Murphy wants to travel.
That's a good smart play there.
Stops the clock, doesn't it?
Yeah, it stops the clock. Nice aggressive take. Give himself a trip to the line. Expect some up-court pressure here, or a player timeout probably from the Hawks on a make. Clifton Bush, the third, checks back into the game.
Tough miss for Tapaese. Good on the second.
And here's the full court pressure. It's the Saints.
Almost to 5 seconds. Great look to Lovell. Nice finish under pressure. Dougal Meter.
Now we get the player timeout from the Hawks. They probably needed it. The possession before. The up-court pressure from the Saints has caused some issues all night long. They get a key steal just when they needed it.
Could have called the player timeout with the time winding down in his head. But Dougal Meter and Lovell doing the business. 13 seconds. Hawks up 2. Who are they going to try and get the ball to? Who do the Saints want the ball to go to rather than a free throw shooter? Well, Murphy's going to inbound it, and he's probably the best option at the free throw line. He's just been at the Chemist Warehouse line. He didn't really look like missing. Murphy, and a foul. Dougal Meter.
Well, that's a foul before the ball has come into play, Moles.
They're going to talk about that, are they?
I believe the foul occurred before that pass happened, which will mean shots and the ball back for the Hawks. If that's the case, probably game over.
Unless Tracy McGrady's walking in the building, this isn't going to happen for the Saints, unfortunately, for Dougal Meter.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be shots here for the Hawks and ball back. Clifton Bush, the third, will shoot the 2. Or will it be Jacob Murphy?
So 1 shot and possession. It's going to be Zoran Smiler at the line. Oh, never in doubt. Zoran Smiler. Smiles all round for Smiler.
He's loving it. He's chuffed with himself. Big hit from the young fella. Can the Hawks get the ball in bounds? Saints have been good with their pressure. They need a steal now.
Nice timed jump. Oh, it falls to Murphy. And Dougal Meter is called for the foul.
Well, the Saints almost coming up with the steal that they needed. There was chaos on the sideline, but the ball ends up back in the Hawks' hands. And the smiley Smiler, the smiling assassin himself, will have a chance to finish this once and for all.
Expect the Saints here to call a player timeout, advance the ball and just try and get a bucket. Every point matters in the Sal's NBL from the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Points for and against carry over into the main league's ladder. And there is the player timeout. Pilcher calls it.
That's right, Miles. Points do matter, even though the Saints well and truly are in that top 6. Placings in the top 6 matter a lot too. Home playoffs are on the line.
Especially when you're playing, if you're team number 3 playing team number 6, or obviously team number 4 playing team number 5, you don't want to have to travel when you were in that 3rd or 4th spot trying to make the semi-finals. Tough road. No venue finals this season, going back to home advantage. Bobbled around. Smiler bounces it out. They've just waved it off. Not going to bother with working out how many fractions of a second. The Hawke's Bay Hawks get the win. A 5-point win as well. Smiler and the Hawks smiling as They get a tough win. The Saints came at them in that second half. And we will leave you, and hopefully you come back in around about 15 minutes time, because we have a great game coming up for you in the Sal's NBL. These two teams will go at it again, the Saints and the Hawks, from Rodney Green's arenas, in 15 minutes.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for exciting, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Kia ora and welcome along to Rodney Green Arenas in Napier, round 13 Cells NBL action. The Hawke's Bay Hawks hosting the Wellington Saints in what is going to be a very interesting couple of weeks. Rounds 13, 14 and 15 in a bit of a muddle because we've got national team duties, underage, age group duties I should say, and a lot of jostling for finals and playoff picture positions. Andrew Mulligan, Tom Abercrombie on hand for this one. Tom, welcome along. This game will be interesting, but a lot of people are going for the Saints in this one.
Yeah, good evening, Miles. That's right. A lot of people picking the Saints 1-14 for this one, but very important game for both teams, as you said. That jostling for playoff positions is coming down to the pointy end of the season. The Hawks trying to remain in touch with that top six, and the Wellington Saints trying to really establish themselves for a home playoff position. We know how important that is with the crowd that they get down in Wellington.
A tough loss on the weekend against the Franklin Bulls. It went to overtime, they lost by 4. They lose that 4th spot, and there it is. You lose that home court advantage in those playing games. That's a tough hill to climb. The Airs and the Bulls in their 3rd and 4th, of course, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. The top 2 teams wait for the winners of those 2 games. Losers are eliminated. Hawke's Bay, their story is also very, very interesting. They have to catch the Giants in that 6th spot. They've got the Nuggets right behind them. The Fire could make a run this round. They're in the south of the South Island for their round 13 road trip. A lot to go in this round, a lot to digest as well. So that ladder is going to change a lot over the next few weeks as well. Here's how it looks for round 13 and the few games coming up. The Sharks will host the Fi in ILT Stadium, Southland. The Fi on that Southland road swing up into Otago as well later on. The Rams host the Saints. Big game for both teams. The Rams, they'll need to keep pace because the Tuatara won big last night, as you see. And then the Jets, the Giants have to win because the Hawks are coming as well. So you can see some massive games. Even though the Jets and the Sharks aren't in the playoff picture, they can cause a lot of pain with an upset win. Here's how the 5 looks for Zico Coronel. Terry Henderson Jr. and Sam Gold get the start. Henderson Jr. played his first game against the Bulls. Ben Eyre, Tohi Smith-Milner and Darnay Samuel in game number 100 for Darnay. So congratulations to him. And Dion Prewster will come off the bench for the Saints, and he joined our coverage a few minutes ago.
Dion, welcome back to the Bay, man. It was a tough outing for you guys and the Saints last game. How's your preparation been this week?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a little bit of time to prepare. Obviously not the result we wanted, but you watch film, come in and build your habits in practice, and then try and perform on game day.
Awesome. Now, what are the keys and who are the key players you think you need to in order to get a win in the Hawks den tonight?
I mean, Moore, he's leading the league in scoring, so it's pretty obvious we've got to take care of business there. But I mean, there's a lot of dangerous guys. You got Sutherland, Roberts, and then the young guard Rasmus. So we got our work cut out, and we just got to get it done.
Awesome. Appreciate your time, Dion. Good luck for the game, man.
For the Hawks, yeah, they'd lose Jordan Natai, but they have a big scoring punch still with the likes of Isaiah Moore. He leads the league in scoring at over 25 a game. And Rasmussen and Sutherland, they can fill it up. Josh Roberts was a presence in the middle. He'll have his hands full with Darnay Samuels and Tohi Smith-Milner as well. And of course, Kobe Carter rounds out the starting 5, getting the start. And the big man off the bench. Looking forward to seeing what he can do for Sam Gruggan and the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Here is the Australian, Keanu Rasmussen from the Adelaide 36ers. He also caught up with us before the game.
Keanu, another big game for the Hawks tonight against the Saints, you know, coming off a loss, so you know they're going to be hungry, but so are you guys. How's your preparation for the week been?
No, it's been great. We've just been locking in on what we need to do on defense. I guess last game offensively was a bit of a struggle for us, so we've been focusing on that as well, just to move the ball and get going. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Is there any special keys you think you need to do to get the win over the Saints? Because, you know, they got firepower all over the place, man.
Yeah, definitely. They got a firepower team, a lot of shooters on their team, so a lot of our focus has been running their shooters off and then kind of just balling up, getting our stops in the paint when they get down there.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate your time, Keanu. Good luck for the game, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Keanu Rasmussen, he had a horror game by his lofty standards in this league. He averaged over 20 coming into the game against the Nelson Giants, but he was 0 for 7 in the game against the Giants. And here's how the head-to-head looks.
Yeah, head-to-head action. Miles, as we spoke about pre-game, Isaiah Moore, 25.1 points per game. He leads the league. He'll go up against Ben Eyre, who have a bit more responsibility on his shoulders tonight to pick up that scoring load left by Isaiah Leafa, who will be out for the Saints. Tohi Smith-Milner leading the rebounding count, and Josh Roberts leading the league in rebounds for the Hawks.
You look at those stats presented by the Chemist Warehouse and you have a think, maybe, gee, a lot of the people are looking towards the Saints. Well, if you have a hunch, here's Staffy from the TAB to give you the odds.
Thanks, guys. Have a look at this head-to-head market. That is lopsided, but I'll tell you why. Coach Zico, he's got the firepower with the Saints. Coach Zico is going back to Hawke's Bay, where he took the Hawke's Bay Hawks to a grand final in 2019. Now let's have a look at the total points. That's a big number. That's a really, really big number for the NBL. But there are sharpshooters. Terry Henderson Jr., I think it's his second game. Yeah, it's his second game for the Saints. He's fresh out of Poland. He doesn't like going to the rim. He likes staying out beyond the arc. This could be a shootout at the OK Corral. I'm expecting big, big numbers. If you are, you can have a look at those odds on the TAB app. Download it, do it responsibly.
Here are your referees for this game, and it will be interesting to see. The Saints love the 3-ball, but that's with Isaiah Leafa, who shoots about 1,000 a game, and so it'll be interesting to see how they keep that up. Tohi Smith-Milner, obviously, he's had a massive game against the Nuggets, where he fired from deep. But there is the wild card, Terry Henderson Jr. Second game in the country for him. He's come out of Poland, played dozens of games for the team in the G League as well. And he will look to have his feet set now in the Saints camp over a week now. So if you think Hawke's Bay might get it done, I wouldn't blame you, because Keanu Rasmussen and Lucas Sutherland, they had bad games against the Giants. 2 for 12 with Sutherland. And when you're a scorer like those two guys are, it's always great to get it back in the saddle again.
That's right, Miles. Well, combined in that loss, they were 2 for 19, and those guys are going to want to bounce back tonight, both shooting the ball pretty well on the season, important pieces of this Hawks team, and such a massive game for the Hawks too, to stay in touch with the Nelson Giants just above them on that ladder. They're going to need that man Sutherland to have one of his hot shooting performances, and Keanu Rasmussen to follow suit too, because there isn't a whole lot of room for error for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They need wins. They need them now. They are coming up against a very tough Wellington Saints team. As you said, Miles, I think Terry Henderson, he's that wild card for the Saints. How well does he fit into this team? Replacing Lat Mayan, who did so many good things for the Saints, especially at the defensive end. Can Terry Henderson have that same kind of impact?
Malik Ben-Levy will come off the bench and into the starting 5 for this game as well. All hands on deck. Imagine there'll be minutes for Rangamaria, Dougal Mita, Tyson Thatapaese. We saw him pick up or re-injure himself. Not exactly sure what happened to him in that Sky Broadband Rapid League game before we came on here for the Sal's NBL game here. But as you made a point, Tom, he's important for the Saints rotation with no Leafa.
That's right. Well, Ben Eyre and Leafa both played the full 45 minutes in that overtime loss to the Bulls. So They're going to need some help somewhere coming off the bench. Tatapesi, you would think, poised to take some of those minutes, but I think that knee pretty heavily strapped. He was a little hobbled towards the end of that Rapid League game. So interesting to see how much of an impact he's able to have on this one as we get ready for tip-off.
Absolutely. And yeah, a late change, pardon me, from the PSR submitted. Sam Gold gets the start. Not Malik Ben Levy, who was initially slated to start. So Sam Gold, you see there, number 3, getting out there. The young man from Tawa College. Gold family can ball.
I think they can, Miles. Brother Ben Gold, who plays his ball for Marquette at the moment. He's away with the Tall Blacks. One of New Zealand basketball's brightest up-and-comers.
Got FOMO? Did you see the travel shots? You got FOMO?
Yeah, nah. 33 hours I think it took them to get to Finland for their warm-up games over there. I remember those trips very well, sitting back in cattle class with my knees up around my chin. I don't miss that at all, Miles. I
don't blame you, Tom Abercrombie. You've served your country well, my friend, in basketball.
So much leg room in the commentary box too.
Isn't it? Spread yourself.
It's great.
Make yourself at home. There is Terry Henderson Jr., number 9 for the Saints. They do a pretty good job of picking up imports in their history, the Saints. Will he be the X factor in rounds 13, 14 and 15? Isaiah Moore, Josh Roberts. 2 imports for the Hawks, so effective as scoring and rebounding. And then Lucas Sutherland as well. Nice catch, Moore up and in. Quick basket for the Hawks.
Well, it doesn't take long for our league's leading scorer to get himself on the scoreboard.
Sam Gold, straight off the Ben Air pass. Didn't go in, but you like to see that from Sam Gold.
You do. Aggressive, good look early on from the young fella. He looks to find his feet in the starting lineup. So the Saints coming out pretty aggressive on the defensive end. Josh Roberts can't get the finish in the paint in that attempt.
Haven't really talked about Kobe Carter as well, getting the start. Darno Samuel has it blocked by Sutherland. Kobe Carter has earned his start here for the Hawks. Excellent player in the Rapid League. Good body, can rebound. And he'll be relishing the fact he gets to start here in place of Jordan Nartite, away for the Tall Blacks. Such a great Tall Blacks player as well, Tom, isn't Jordan Nartite?
That's right, Miles. One of the longest serving Tall Blacks now, Jordy Nartite. I feel like he's been around forever. As we see Ben Air draw the foul going to the hoop, but one of the more experienced Tall Blacks, one of the more experienced Hawke's Bay Hawks. How are they going to replace that kind of poise down the stretch, that experience that he brings him? Not a whole lot of depth on this Hawks team, so it's going to be tested tonight. Some youngsters are going to get an opportunity in this one for sure.
Ben Air, as you saw on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, felt the bump, put it up, and 2 shots coming up. First one is good from Ben Air, the Australian. And he and Liafa have done a really good job of complementing each other in the backcourt. Both really high usage guards in the Sal's NBL. And they've done a decent job of just picking their moments and facilitating. I mean, one's hot, one's hot.
Yeah, they have, Miles. They've formed a great little combination, but all that responsibility's falling on Ben Air's shoulders tonight, and he can't find himself in foul trouble as he picks up the cheap one there. Isaiah Moore in the post. Don't see that all too often, but he'll understand that too. He'll know that Ben Air is that lone point guard option for the Saints, and wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that post-up action. They try and get Ben Air in some foul trouble.
Yeah, fouls are going to be interesting in this game, aren't they? You're right, Tom Abercrombie, because Ben Air, yeah, he can't afford. And that's probably why Isaiah Moore took him down on the block and just backed him in, drawing him into some contact, and just hopefully could get him reaching, pushing too hard, or making the referees make a call here.
Yeah, absolutely, Miles. You just want to avoid those cheap ones if you're Ben Air. Doesn't need to reach in on that attempt there for Moore. If you're going to play the whole game, inevitably you're going to pick up some fouls at some stage. You've got to make sure you're smart in those ones.
kick ball. Stays with the Saints. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Tony Smith-Milner to Benier. And bangs that three down. Looked like he got hit on the hand as well.
It looked like he was anticipating some contact, which didn't arrive. Threw the arms out, but gets the result. Benier on the board.
The Hawks win tonight. They can't take that sixth spot, unfortunately, because of their points percentage. And Rasmussen.
Well, that's a good sign for the Hawks. Keanu Rasmussen being aggressive, putting his head down, getting to the rim. As we mentioned, he was 0 for 7 from the floor in their last outing. Starts off getting himself an and one. Perfect way to start when you're searching for a little bit of confidence and rhythm.
Yeah, that would feel good. That won't though, but it will feel good for Rasmussen to get a field goal in after having a normal game last time out against the Giants with an OFA. Ty Smith-Milner. Oh my goodness. What a trigger for a big man. So smooth.
His shot, it's so smooth, Miles. I was going to say the same thing. Just looks effortless in the way that he shoots the ball.
So you said similar things when I showed you my Glory League highlight from last night.
You also promised me you're going to put that on your social media later tonight so everyone can experience what I did. Andrew Mulligan putting the head down, getting in the paint, explosive off the left, the baby hook.
A rare wing cross screen, and they utilised it.
Yeah, not many people are doing that these days, but
you give what the defence, you take what the defence gives you, I mean. Wild pass, Kara saves it. Wellington with a 2-point lead here. Rasmussen hangs, good defense, but he gets the ball back. And Tohi Smith-Milner with a rebound.
Good job staying in the play there, Rasmussen. Would have loved for that one to go down. As we see Darnay Samuel sense a bit of a mismatch in the post. Uses his strength.
Darnay, you knew this game was going to be important for him. Game 100. Nobody really wanted Darnay, unfortunately, at the beginning of the season. The Saints needed help with Hiram Harris's knee. And by probably his own admission, he wasn't 100% in game shape, but he has worked his way back into it. He's still on a journey, I think, as well as Darnay Samuel, but he's got that touch.
He's got the touch, Mels, and he's got the want for the ball too. Against the Bulls, he was aggressive down the stretch and going at anyone too. He feels like that strength can get him a shot whenever he wants it. And lovely touch around the basket.
Yeah, I don't think anyone puts more rotation on a jump shot than Darnay Samuel. It might be the ball, the way that the ball is coloured, that makes it seem like it's spinning more, but I think Darnay he's got such a smooth element to his game. Robertson in a little bit of trouble. This is good defense from the Saints. As Rasmussen is fouled by Gold, and they are attacking the Saints defense.
Yeah, well, that's the third personal foul now for the Saints in this quarter. They have come out in aggressive coverage, looking to hard show a lot of those on balls, and picked up a couple of cheapies, but you love the intent. I like it from the Saints, realising they're coming off a loss where they gave up 113 points to the Bulls. Need to do a far better job at the defensive end.
It's a 10-5 Saints lead here. And Rasmussen misses the first. Second missed free throw in a row, actually, from the Chemist Warehouse line for Keanu Rasmussen. That's second. Here's the three ball. That stroke from Terry Henderson. That's his first look.
Yeah, beautiful read there from Henderson, coming off that flare screen, just senses his man go under the screen, pops back. A lovely shot as Rasmussen tries to follow suit from the other end. And our league-leading offensive rebounder, Josh Roberts, puts it right back in.
Devours rebounds at times, does Josh Roberts. And he is a handful on the glass as Smith-Milner with the right hand. Just hung in the air.
The touch again. We spoke about it before, but Smith-Milner, just so much poise and smoothness to his game now. Lovely finish from the big fella. We'll have our first time out of the game.
You know we're blessed is when Ty Smith-Milner is in the Tall Black squad with his inside-outside game. And you can get any large pizza 25% off using the QR code and Punch and Sal's Jam to get that deal. It's valid until Tuesday the 25th of June. We are stacked at the moment on that front line, aren't we, nationally?
Yeah, it's a surprising one, Miles. Toy Smith-Milner, he's been part of that Tall Blacks environment for a very long time. He'll feel a little hard done by not getting that nod, but we've got Sam Wardenberg, Yanni Wetzel, Tom Vodonovic, Dan Fotu's been brought in, Finn Delaney, Tyrell Harrison. A lot of quality bigs in that Tall Blacks outfit these days.
When you name those guys, that's amazing. Love to see Yanni and Sam Wardenberg and see their skill sets again in the black singlet. Tom Vodonovic is shooting the lights out at the moment from three-point land.
It's going to be exciting to watch, Miles. I can't wait to see how these boys go. Some heavy, tough competition up against them, but that's as strong a Tall Blacks outfit as we've seen for a while.
I wonder what Luka will turn up for Slovenia. I imagine an annoyed one, which isn't great for New Zealand. Them and Croatia on their side of the qualifying tournament. Giannis and the Greeks on the other side, amongst other teams. Turnover almost affected by Smith-Milner. 7-point lead for the Saints. Out of that timeout, it's Sutherland pulling the trigger on the three. Gold does well to come off Murphy. Sam Gold giving them good hustle here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just another fantastic defensive possession from the Saints. Looking really solid and settled at that end. Picked up that aggressiveness as we spoke about.
Almost a back and over and back. Isaiah Moore all over Ben Air here. Sam Gold. Three ball on the other side this time. But Terry Henderson Jr. is there to clean it up. Ben Levy in the game couldn't quite corral it. But the new import gets his 5th point.
Yeah, strong start from Henderson. Another good look for Sam Gold too. He's had 2 good looks from the corners. No hesitation putting those up, which is what you want to see from the youngster.
Rasmussen picks up his dribble. Sutherland. Rasmussen.
Hands from Smith-Milner. Watch him hit the defensive end. He is active. Getting those hands involved in everything. Lots of deflections.
He quickly whipped around and thought, no, I can't have been called for a foul there. But it wasn't. It was a shot clock violation with those great hands. Yeah. Smith-Milner, that quick release. His second three. Neither of them have touched the rim, I reckon.
Absolutely pure. I think you said it in Hoop Heads earlier this year, Miles. Sometimes the only thing that stopped Tuhi is the first half.
Yeah, half-time.
Half-time.
He's a great defender in this league this year, I reckon.
He is shooting the lights out in the first half of Sal's NBL's games this season. And tonight, another one. He's 2 for 2 from the three-point stripe to start this one.
I think Ben Levy probably hasn't needed to produce the numbers you would expect out of an import, but by all accounts, he's been a great team guy. And turnover, though, is Murphy with the finger roll. He goes down. Ty Smith-Milner's taken one to the face. Play continues. And Isaiah Moore off the glass and in. And Ty Smith-Milner is in a bit of discomfort here.
He's taken one to the chops there. A little shot to the schnozzer. We might see it here on the replay. As Murphy comes down, just catches Tohi as he's falling to the floor.
Isaiah Moore, he's up for this one. I feel like there's a lot of bounce in his step. Zico Coronel looking on, but he's picking up Ben Air. You love to see it when you get the two high-quality point guards going at each other. Up for the contest. Prooster in the corner. Another 3 for the Saints. They didn't shoot the lights out on rapidly, but that's their 5th in this half.
Yeah, shooting the lights out in this first quarter, the Wellington Saints. As you said, Isaiah Moore, looks like they have a real intent to make life tough for Ben Eyre out there, but he's doing a good job facilitating at the moment, finding the open man.
Sutherland again, it's slapped away. Roberts has it this time. And that's a little bit out of Roberts' range. As Prooster trying to back down Rasmussen. Sutherland helps. Dane Samuel at the elbow, kicks it to the corner. Chased off the three-point line is Prooster. Murphy with the cleanup. Gives it to Moore. Moore has air on his heels. Does well to recover. Crosses up, kicks it out. Murphy checks his feet. Knocks it down. Jacob
Here tonight and almost comes up with the steal as well. We spoke about the young fellas needing to step up for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Jacob Murphy putting his hand up early.
I love the intensity with which Murphy plays at both ends. Obviously gets more opportunities in Rapid League, but when he comes on, he makes the minutes count. Yeah, curling, kicking it out. Gold. He's almost shot all around the three-point line so far. As Dane Samuel cleans it up and puts it up and in for the and one.
Tough finish from Dane. Looked like he lost the ball halfway up here. We'll get a look on the replay. Yeah, just loses the ball and regathers it mid-air. Gets the finish in the and one. Fantastic job down low from Dane Samuel.
Dane, he's pumped up. He'll start talking soon, if he hasn't already.
He's already flexing.
Yeah.
The talk's coming next.
It's a 12-point lead as well for the Saints in this first quarter. Points percentage matter in this league. More likelihood some teams will end up on the same for and against, and it's the points percentage that will decide it. 3 ball. That is good from Kahu Treacher, coming off the bench and making an impact for the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Yeah, these young guns coming in, making an impact, as you say, for the Hawks early in this one.
Ben Levy with an and one. Malik Ben Levy at the rim, sneaks it up and in.
Tell you what, the Wellington Saints got a couple of pretty heavy athletes down low who can still get up over the rim. Ben Levy showing us on that occasion he can finish up top with the best of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of thickness in the Saints front line tonight. Well, most nights, to be honest. Ben Levy, Smith Milner, Dane Samuel, they'll punish you down low. They work their angles, their shoulders, their weight well. There's more. Prooster just was trying to keep up with Isaiah Moore. It's very hard to do. Few have done it in this league. And Moore will go to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot 2. Isaiah Moore.
He does average 7 free throw attempts per game. As you said, Miles does a great job of getting himself to the line, putting pressure on defenses. Doesn't settle, still shoots the 3 ball. Shooting it at 40%, but not on a high number of attempts. Just a real intent to get downhill, put pressure on the defense, which you'd like to see from your point guard.
It's been mostly Wellington in this first quarter with this 11-point lead, 28-17. Nice catch. Ben Heavy slips and he's gone down and he is in a world of pain. It looks like he twisted a knee or an ankle there. Treacher with an and one. And he's not good, Malik Ben Levy.
He's holding his ankle there, Miles. That was a really awkward land. It looked like he just slipped and did a bit of the splits. Landed really awkwardly. Let's hope Ben Levy is okay.
He is very ginger on that leg. And he gets helped off in it. Nice round of applause, acknowledgement from the Hawks fans. Get a look at it on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Makes his move. And he just, I think he just tweaked it there. Doesn't look as bad.
Now, it felt a lot more awkward as it happened in real time on the replay there. Hopefully he's okay. Just looked like a bit of an awkward plant of that foot, that right foot. Looks like he's tweaked that ankle a little bit. So hopefully we'll see Malik Ben-Levy back out for this one. But the Hawks not waiting around to find out how he was. They pushed the ball straight down the other end and get a and one through Kahu Tricha.
Oh, never a good sign when you take the socks off as well. And the shoe. Looking at the mobility there. And they'll be hard on Zika Coronel if they lose a big, like Ben-Levy down low. Keep an eye on his status. As Air and Samuel work together. Roberts makes a move on Samuel. Nice finish from Josh Roberts.
Yeah, tough finish there from Roberts. Not where he usually likes to find himself, with no options and having to go downhill, but he goes straight at Darnay. Lovely finish there.
Good fight back here from the Hawks. Terry Henderson, he can stroke it. It is a nice release as well.
That shot looks nice, doesn't it, Miles? He shot the three ball very well in all his stops all over the world. Canada, Poland, as you said. High 30s, low 40% from the three-point line everywhere he's been.
Jacob Murphy, this is that corner three. Saints can hold it for the last shot if they want. Ty Smith-Milner loves it.
Bang, bang.
Ty Smith-Milner, the triple bang from Tom Abercrombie. And Smith-Milner and the Saints just blow it back out to a Just a little bit of breakdown of communication there between him and Darnay Samuel. Ben Eyre hasn't had to score the ball. He's got 4 assists, 4 points, but they're really relying on their bigs, aren't they?
Yeah, Darnay's been fantastic. Tohi's obviously shot the ball very well that first quarter. Terry Henderson's come in, done a great job as well in his second game with the Saints, and that man, Isaiah Moore, doesn't quite get the finish there, but as usual, he's the constant for the Hawks. It's been a good quarter. Both teams, you get the sense they're locked in, they sense the occasion. Uncharacteristic air ball there from Henderson. Yeah. Acknowledges probably not the greatest shot selection on that offensive set, but both teams sensing the importance of this one. Both teams with young guys stepping up, sensing the opportunity for some extra minutes too.
Henderson just establishing where the contact came from. Yeah. 3-ball wise, the Saints, they love shooting them. There's no secret of that, that is for sure. Isaiah Liafa, but he was shooting an average of 12 a game and connecting at 41%. Ty Smith-Milner takes 7, Ben Eyre takes almost 8. And the Saints are 7 for 11 coming into the second quarter. Barely a minute gone as Jacob Murphy with Roberts. Rasmussen gets Dougal Meter to go backwards and gets the bounce to go down.
Good job there, Keanu Rasmussen. He's got it going a little bit offensively early in this one. Tohi Smith-Milner.
Nothing but net, but unfortunately it was a bit short. Tohi, sorry.
Comes back down to earth. Reminds us he is human. He is capable of missing a 3 every now and then in the first half, Miles.
Maybe the quarter breaker's the defender as well. 10-point lead. That will not deter Tohi Smith-Milner. That is for sure. They forgot about Roberts on the baseline. As Casey Frank says, he'd be athlete.
He'd be athlete, all right. That was shifty from Moore to set that one up too. Just drew Roberts' defender all the way to him, and Ben Eyre joins the 3-point party for the Saints. They answer right back.
That's his second 3 as well for Ben Eyre. He's now up to 7. More to the cup. Roberts in amongst 4 Saints. Been a devil as Sutherland knocks down a 3.
Well, that's 7 rebounds early on, and dare I say, Miles, is probably 3 or 4 offensive for Josh Roberts. Does a fantastic job of just generating second opportunities for his team. Very comfortable in that role. Doesn't do anything too flashy, but he's going to be on that offensive glass all night long, creating second chance opportunities for the Hawks.
Ben Eyre at the line. The Chemist Warehouse foul line. The Australian point guard from the Cairns Taipans, then the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Good news is for the Saints, it looks like Malik Ben-Levy isn't done. He hasn't got his warm-ups on. So hopefully for Zico Coronel, he might get some minutes out of him. Doesn't look to have his foot up or iced at the moment, but then the Kennedy Park Resort Napier sign is hiding that.
Well, if he is going to play, Miles, you'd hope they get him back out there soon just to keep that thing nice and warm. The longer he sits, the colder it gets. Sutherland goes back to back. Lead from the 3-point line. And the Hawks closing this gap.
Has Jared Kenny and the Hawks been generous enough to give them a bike?
Surely not.
I don't see one. Darnay Samuel, tough finish. Game 100 for Darnay Samuel. Congratulations. You see Jared Kenny stalking with the camera. He does everything, Jared. He's the manager. Loves the administrative part of it.
He's the GMPG, amongst other things. Sorry, I've been distracted by that funny UFO thing flashing around the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's a 360. I don't know the official term for it, but that takes stuff for your social channels, Tom.
Yeah.
Now that you're retired, I think all you do is golf, actually, judging by your social.
A lot of golf content. Follow me if you want more. Not much else.
Very little else. But you stand in the middle, Tom, and it circles around you, and you can follow it around, and it takes wonderful pictures. I haven't had it done myself. Anyway, I digress. 9-point Saints lead. Up again to Roberts from Moore. That's the basketball you're watching for.
Man, oh man, he threw that thing way up. Isaiah Moore, Josh Roberts just reaches for it. Throws it down. The connection those two have got going on right now has caused Zico Coronel to call for a timeout. That is impressive.
That's the second time they've lost him on the weak side. I guess when all eyes are looking at Isaiah Moore, and that certainly is a highlight, those two should actually get on that thing and have a photo afterwards, Isaiah Moore and Josh Roberts, the way they've been connecting in this first half.
I think the Wellington Saints might have been distracted by this, as we were. Unable to find Josh Roberts in that dunker spot a couple of times. And the Hawkies are storming back into this one. They are leading 12-7 in the second quarter. As we get a quick look at some of our highlights, Ben Eyre has connected on a couple of threes now, and Lucas Sutherland finding some form from the outside too. Good to see him and Rasmussen shooting that ball a lot better in this game. Something that the Hawks dearly need at the offensive end.
The Hawks have done well to execute, but they just haven't been able to stop the Saints, who are shooting 58%. And we'll talk about hoop heads and the way this game pans out Wednesday night, 6 p.m. before the Wednesday night Sal's NBL game of round 14.
Well, Miles, Wellington's going to shoot threes. It's what they do. They get them up in big numbers. The Hawks got to do a better job of contesting those ones, making them tough looks. Too often, Smith-Milner's just walked in rhythm into those shots. Ben Eyre the same. Sam Gold's had a couple of good looks from the corner as well. So the Saints are doing a good job of generating good quality shots. Defensively, the Hawks have struggled all season long. It hasn't been their strong point. They've been able to score the ball pretty comfortably, but defensively they need to make things a little tougher out there for the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints, they shoot 37.5 on average a game, which is actually third best in the league. Excuse me, the best in the league, but third best percentage wise, 35.4.
The Wellington Saints actually up to first in offensive rating now in the league, compared to the Hawks, who are second last in defensive rating. So as we spoke about, they need to do a better job trying to slow down the Saints offense.
Now that offensive and defensive rating, that's per 100 possessions, in case you wonder what the figure is when you hear it. It's a way to smooth out how teams are effective with their offense and the way they execute and shoot. Points per 100. And Roberts,
dare I say, that might be his first attempt from the three-point line this season.
I'm going to go yes. That three, Malik Ben-Levy, the ankle is fine. Back out there.
Straight back into the game, straight back on the scoreboard. It's his sweet spot. Shoots a fair amount of his threes from that corner. Malik Ben-Levy.
Rasmussen goes down, clutching at the ankle on the drive on Dougal Meter. Just had his feet not taken out from under him. I think he stepped on Dougal Meter's foot as well.
It's one of those unlucky ones, isn't it, Miles? If he doesn't fall over there, probably no foul called, but he does unfortunately stand on the foot and goes down. It'll be Hawks' possession.
And that's a turnover, is it? It is. Sam Gruggan, the Australian coach, unhappy with his team. It's sloppy when you're down 12.
Sure.
Yeah. Runner. Pretty from Ben Eyre.
Real pretty Ben Eyre. He's up to 13 points now. We have a timeout. Sam Gruggan is not happy with his troops.
That's too easy for Ben Eyre, waltzing across the lane.
Well, to compound the mistake at the other end, where the inbounds pass touches absolutely no one and goes out of bounds, a pretty disgusting turnover there from the Hawks, and they back it up with a horrible defensive possession too. I think Coach Gruggan's got every right to be a little upset with his troops at the moment.
Zico Coronel, while inside there's a part of him. It's a small part. You know Zico better than I do, Tom Abercrombie, but he'd be happy with the way they're playing offensively, but he won't be happy in this timeout. There'll be something wrong, right? As a coach, all coaches are like this.
All coaches are like this. There's always something to nitpick. I think coaches have a bit of a superstition. They feel like as soon as they are too positive or too happy, something bad happens. So they've always got to maintain that little bit of an edge about them, keep their troops focused. Wellington Saints up to 48 points with 5.5 minutes still to play in this second quarter. As we see Hiram Harris with his basketball in hand, as always, Miles.
I love it.
Never lets it too far from his side.
I love that he always has a ball on the sideline when he's not playing. He'll take it on the play. I'm sure he has it in the overhead compartment.
It's like his little blankie, eh?
Yeah. He's begging for the 5-second call as Harris as well. So the Saints almost forced a turnover out of that timeout. That would have made Gruggan incensed. Moore executes, puts it up and in.
Well, league's leading scorer. They go to him out of the timeout and he delivers. Much needed bucket there for the Hawks.
He moves to 8. Ben Levy looking for a second three. Too long. Oh, has it. Dougal meter on him. And Moore again, 2-foot plant this time, and he's fouled.
Well, you just saw on that occasion Miles Moore get 2 feet in the paint. Ben Levy a lot more hesitant to come over and help. He's been burned a couple of times on that backside with Josh Roberts coming over and just putting some thunderous dunks down. He stays at home on that occasion. Moore with the right read. Takes it all the way to the rim and gets fouled.
Yes, both teams without their tall blacks in this game. No Jordan Ngatai for the Hawks. Azaliafa away. Age group teams as well. In the national program. Also taking out some rotation and rapid league players. Tall Blacks playing Finland soon. Did you play Finland?
I did play Finland.
It was about
2015 World Cup, we played Finland.
Yeah, about 9 years ago, obviously.
It's actually a fantastic game. We played then. Winner moved on to the knockout round. Finland brought more fans to the 2015 World Cup in Spain than any other country.
Is that right?
So it was an absolutely packed out venue, home game for them essentially, and it was one of the better wins I've had as part of the Tall Blacks actually.
And was that a travel? Yeah, he might have moved his feet. Who did Finland have? Do you remember?
I don't remember his name. They had a very good sort of 1-2 guard who played high level Europe basketball. I'm not sure if they had any NBA players at the time, but pretty sure they do have someone now, don't they?
I believe so. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. As Kobe Carter hits the three, that'll feel good for the bench player, getting the starting nod with no Jordan Ngatai, who incidentally, I should say, plays his basketball in the off-season from the Sal's NBL in Finland, as a number of players do. It marries up pretty well with the Sal's NBL, the timing of it.
It's not Laurie Markkinen, is it?
Yeah, it's Laurie Markkinen, of course it is. Laurie Markkinen, everybody wants Laurie Markkinen on their team now.
That is a solid piece to add to your national team.
Of course it's Laurie Markkinen. I'm embarrassed we didn't know that, Tom.
We got there eventually.
We did, you did. Well done. Ty Smith-Milner wants it against Treacher. Darnay Samuel up high. Time winding down, 6 now, Air. Fires it, Darnay Samuel really takes a 3 this season. Why doesn't he take more?
Well, fantastic pass there from Ben Air. Sensing just enough time left on the shot clock. Darnay with his feet set in the corner, nothing to lose. He lets it fly, and Isaiah Moore has had a lot of success with that little floater tonight. Gets another one to drop.
He moves to 11. The Saints have hit 10 threes in this game. And Dion Pruitt just turns it over there. Sloppy from the Saints.
Yeah, a couple of sloppy positions from the Saints. Dion Pruitt, 2 turnovers coming into this game in the second quarter.
Yeah, Darnay Samuel only takes 1 3 a game. In a high three-point rate team like the Saints, You expect maybe Darnay Samuel. I mean, 50% is their three-point rate. Darnay only taking one, doing his role, but he can shoot it. Has shot it in previous seasons really well from the three-point line. Sutherland backing down air. Treacher's three is good. Second three for Kahu Treacher.
Kahu Treacher has done a fantastic job shooting the ball very well. Lovely form. Coming to this game, he's been super aggressive, but Darnay Samuel is a problem down low right now for the Hawks.
15 first half points, Tom Abercrombie. Sutherland to answer. Front of the rim, Ben Levy can't quite control it.
They just don't have anyone to match up with Darnay's size. Obviously, Josh Roberts down low has the length and athleticism, but once Darnay drops that shoulder and puts it straight into your chest, it's pretty hard to keep your feet in the same spot and still be able to contest that shot.
Saints shooting 61% in this first half in Hawke's Bay. Sutherland trying to get around Smith-Milner. Oh, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, real tough shot there from Sutherland. Thought he had the three as the man ducked under that little handoff on the far side, but works his way into the paint. Nice little shot there.
Proster, another turnover. Did he step on the line or did he travel?
I think he might have stepped on the line. It's third turnover from Proster in this quarter. He's going to step out of the game. Coach Zico Coronel's seen enough yet, just stepping on the sideline with that left foot. It wasn't so long ago the Saints had 48 points with 5.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Things have dried up a little bit at the offensive end because of those turnovers, and the Hawks got themselves right back in this one.
Moore fouled. They cannot stay in front of Isaiah Moore. And when they do, he finds an open man. Isaiah Moore, the league's leading scorer. He's a bit of a lone wolf at the moment. Treacher's come off the bench to give them 9. Moore has 11. And there's a timeout called. Josh Roberts is the third leading scorer for the Hawks with 8, and that's been off mostly Isaiah Moore's drives and finds in that dunker spot. See, that's how you do it, Tom. Dab a little bit.
That's going to be a great photo, bud.
Yeah, man. That is content.
Yeah, that's how I'd look on there too.
With the Ozzy Osbourne shirt.
Good stuff, young fella.
Big Black Sabbath fan, I imagine. Ben Levy was slated to start and then came off the bench. Sam Gold starting now, but Ben Levy off the bench, and Kobe Carter also shooting the 3 ball, but that is a great pass from Ben Air. Just off the bounce, one arm in the corner. Kahu Treacher knocking it down, and the 3 ball has been falling. And then the Hawks are 6 of 12, but the Saints are 10 of 16.
Yeah, it's been a high-scoring half, hasn't it, Miles? Both teams got things clicking at the offensive end. Been really impressed by some of the young fellas for the Hawke's Bay Hawks coming in and having an impact in this one. Kahu Treacher, he's got 9 points, perfect 3 for 3 shooting in the first half. Jacob Murphy's come in, had a good impact as well. Kobe Kara's been solid in his minutes. They've needed guys to step up, and they've stepped up and kept themselves in this one. 25-21, the score in the second quarter, to the Hawks.
Well, it's Kahu Treacher's season debut in the Sal's NBL. Kobe Carter has given them spot minutes when called upon. And he is Treacher, a Auckland Grammar School alum, born in 2006, so he's one of Lindsay Tate's guys. Shout out, Linz. Hopefully you're watching. Done a great job with Kahu Treacher. There's Darnay Samuel.
That's really good, Miles. That's fantastic body control from Darnay.
That's why I'm laughing. It's like the potential on Darnay. He's always had it. Rasmussen. Murphy cleans it up. That's what Jacob Murphy does. Ben here. he'll be tired tonight, carrying some of the offensive load and then having to defend Isaiah Moore. Roberts on the glass, another one. He moves to 11, make it 10. 8 rebounds for him.
Yeah, 10 points, 8 rebounds for big Josh Roberts. As we see big Tohi Smith-Milner get positioned down low.
Hawks biting into this lead, minute to go. Rasmussen on the drive. Darnay Samuel tried to stay vertical in the air, but he's called for the foul as he jumped across. And Rasmussen getting back into the flow here.
Yeah, with a nice cross. Dougal Meter just trying to get knees up and put some pressure on Rasmussen on the perimeter, but overextending that pressure a little bit. Rasmussen's eyes light up, earns himself a trip to the stripe.
A game to forget against the Giants. 0 for 7 for Keanu Rasmussen. He'd been so good. And he's bounced back nicely here for the Hawks. We're down just 6. As that ball is poked away, so it stays with the Saints. And the biggest lead they've had is 14.
And the Saints have pushed that lead out a couple of times, Miles, and both times the Hawks have responded. They've brought it back. Shows me they are ready for this one. They're locked in. They understand the importance of this game for their season, really season on the line. They drop another one here tonight, and it's a pretty big gap to the Nelson Giants in front of them in 6th place at the moment.
Dougal Meter for 3. In and out. Oh, that's unlucky between Sutherland and Carter. Terry Henderson, he still sits. He's got 3 fouls. The miss of us, or me, Tom, I'm not going to lump you in on that one. Picked up a 3rd foul. See him squatting down on the bench there, so Coronel has had to have him sit out the remainder of the first half.
No, you're right, Miles. We should be better than that.
No, Tom, that's on me. I can't have you just take the blame on that one.
It's supposed to be teaching me that.
Yeah, I know. See, this is why it's on me. Stolen almost. Staying with the Saints. Hawks doing a great job in those passing lanes.
Big position here. The Hawks really need a stop. And we've got to play a timeout, I believe.
Yep, it is Ty Smith-Milner's call. Teams come together, 30 seconds, no coach input.
Stop and a quick bucket here for the Hawks just to close this thing up. Gives them a whole lot of momentum going into the second half. And the other side of the coin, the Wellington Saints would dearly love to go into the half off the back of a nice possession here to finish things off.
Dougal Meter to restart us after this player timeout. Can the Saints execute? And Tohi just felt the lane open up, and that's a great way to come out of a player timeout. Just take the ball, put it on the floor, and get to the cup. Gets the and one.
Well, that's just poor defense from Sutherland, isolated at the top with Smith-Milner, who just rips straight on him, goes straight downhill onto the left hand. Got to do a better job sliding the feet, staying in front.
Coronel sneaks some extra rest for Ben Eyre and Dougal Meter. Pilcher out there for the Saints. Sam Gold, Ty Smith-Milner, Darnay Samuel and Ben Levy. Now the Hawks will call their player timeout. And Josh Roberts realising that his teammates are in the other half of the court. So plenty of time for the Hawks.
Plenty of time, Moles. Expect them to probably put the ball in Isaiah Moore's hands here, as they have done for most of this first half. Create something for himself, or if the help comes, he's done a good job of picking off the open man. Let's see what the Hawkies run from the side out.
Here's more. Pilcher on him. Sutherland for three. Rasmussen tracks it down. Still plenty of time, but a turnover. Tahi Smith-Milner, three-quarter court. That was almost a Tahi Smith-Milner, another three there, but it's not. It's a 9-point lead, and the Saints have put 62 on the Hawks in the first half. We'll take a break and we'll talk about the stats after that. Welcome back. No, my it is Hawke's Bay Hawks down 9 on their home floor. 62-53 the Saints, shooting the lights out on the road. 61% from the floor. And they have filled it up from deep. 10 threes in this game. Darnay Samuel and Tahi Smith-Milner doing damage inside and outside for the Saints.
Yeah, well, we spoke about the need for players to step up. Isaiah Leutfin, his scoring punch missing. Darnay Samuel, Tahi Smith-Milner, the two big bruisers inside, have been doing it inside and out for the Wellington Saints. And really, one of the big things keeping them in the game for the Hawkies, Josh Roberts, 8 rebounds, 4 or 5 of those at the offensive end. It's led to 16 second chance points for the Hawks to keep them alive, and Ben Eyre done a fantastic job sharing the ball around. No surprise to see him leading the way in the assist with 6, and Isaiah Moore doing everything he can for the Hawke's Bay Hawks as well. He's got 5 assists, finding Josh Roberts for a couple of big dunks in that first half. Not too many blocks on offer, as there has been plenty of three balls raining from the outside, and the Hawks have found it tough to stop the Saints inside. 3 steals for Tohi Smith-Milner. Spoke about it in the first quarter. Fantastic hands out there. He's been active, as have the Wellington Saints defensively in that first half. Came out pretty aggressive intent to get after the ball. But both teams scoring the ball pretty freely. Andrew Mulligan, 62-53. Wellington Saints shooting at 61%, the Hawks 50%. So someone needs to play some defense in the second half. And if you're the Hawke's Bay Hawks, you need to make a pretty big impact at that end if you're going to slow down this Wellington Saints team.
Yeah, so many weapons still, even though they're missing Isaiah Liafa and they're without Chaim Harris. They still have so many weapons on the floor, and it's going to be a big job for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the third quarter for you from Napier. Welcome back to Rodney Green Arenas in Hawke's Bay. It's the visitors with a 9-point lead. They had a 34-point first quarter, and they led by 12 at the quarter break. Hawke's Bay came back in the second quarter with 31 points of their own, but they've just been unable to stop the Wellington Saints from scoring. And this is how the ladder looks coming into the round. And then with the game last night, the Rams and the Tuatara, the Rams, they've got 2 games in hand, and that is the last home game for the Tuatara last night. But you just see it's just so congested. Everybody is hunting everybody, it seems, Tom Abercrombie.
Oh, it's good. Every position on the ladder matters now with home playoff positions on the line. And we get a quick look at the rest of the games for this round. And every game matters, Miles. Every game has a huge amount of importance on it. The Phi looking to stay in touch with the top 6. The Nelson Giants looking to establish themselves in that 6th spot. Remember, the Nelson Giants do have that points percentage in their favour. Basically, any of those other teams fighting for that 6th spot, if they finish on a tie, the Giants will get the nod over them. So almost another game in hand, which is a pretty big advantage to have coming down the stretch.
Giants powered by their Rapid League team too, who lead the league in Rapid League. So their points for and against has been a real boost to the Giants, because even if the Hawks come back here and win this game, they will not take that 6th spot, even though they'll have the same record. The Giants' points percentage superior to the Hawks. And then people's coming over to the Saints who were on the Hawks to get the win. You can vote through the QR code or go to mixandpick.com. Every correct entry goes in the draw for a Sal's pizza. And that 1 to 14 margin might not be enough. The Saints have been shooting the ball, but we've seen the halftime break play some really good defense on some hot shooting this season. So we'll see if that's the case here. Sam Gruggan was incensed at different points of that first half with the way that the Hawks weren't executing, weren't even looking after the ball properly. And of course, all stats thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. Other games to come as well in that round. We couldn't fit them all on the graphic, but the Phi have a second game. They have a game against the Nuggets, and then that's Sunday afternoon. And then another cracking game. The Saints and the Rams on Saturday afternoon will be a great matchup. But the Bulls and the Airs, that too will be an excellent game, because the Bulls, they shocked a lot of people. Not many people, not alone in our chat group, Tom Abercrombie, had them beating the Saints in Wellington on Sunday night.
No, that was a massive win for the Bulls. Showed a lot of character. They had players fouling out left, right and centre in that one. And they beat the Wellington Saints at home in overtime. The Bulls are showing that they are not a team to be messed with coming down the stretch. They've got good balance in their team. They've got players who understand their roles really well, starting to find their feet. And they look like a team who's going to make some noise in the postseason. They're going to be a tough beat for any of those teams in the top 6.
Well, if they do win that game, the Bulls will take the 3rd spot. The Airs will be tied with the Saints. Points percentage, even their points percentage is 114. So depending how the Saints pull up here, this is a classic example of what your Rapid League team can do to help you as well. Back underway, 3rd quarter. And of course, there's plenty more basketball to come with more rounds to round out the league here. We're doing just round 13 of 16. Kobe Carter into Isaiah Moore, sees a double. It comes off Tohi Smith-Milner's foot.
Well, the Hawks try and post up Ben Air to start the second half. Isaiah Moore had some success early on in this game. The same play, try and go back to the same thing.
Well, Ben Air's on 2 fouls, so you're really going to hunt Ben Air here. Put him in the on ball. Sutherland gets it up. And that is a shot clock violation. Another turnover for the Hawks. Not the execution Sam Gruggan was looking for. That's their 8th of the game.
No, you're right, Miles. Look for the Hawks to hunt Ben Air here, try and pick up that 3rd foul. Spoke about his importance. Saw the trap coming from the baseline. The Saints not happy just to let him go one-on-one. And speaking of foul trouble, Terry Henderson Jr., he had 3 in the first half. He's been sitting for a while, but he comes back in aggressive early on to start this 3rd quarter.
The good news for the Hawks, nobody's in foul trouble. Kobe Carter has 2. Moore and Roberts have 0, and Rasmussen and Sutherland have 1 apiece. Ben Air has those 2, and Terry Henderson has 3, but everybody else in that starting 5, Gold, Smith-Milner and Samuel, have 1 foul. Terry Henderson Jr. at the line. A couple of weeks in the league. Played in the game against the Bulls, that overtime game. That was highly entertaining. Had 11 points. hit some threes, had a couple of steals, grabbed 3 rebounds. And gives the Saints a 64-53 advantage from the Chemist Warehouse line. Pressure extended. Smith-Milner all over Sutherland. Rasmussen driving on Terry Henderson Jr. Nice basket from the Aussie.
Yeah, we've seen this attempt to be more physical, get knees to knees. The Wellington Saints want to put some more pressure on ball, but it's the second time Rasmussen's just been able to blow by his man. As we see Ben Eyre with the lovely cut, get his own easy bucket down the other end. The Saints physical to start this one. Their activity at the defensive end is there, but it's about being consistent, doing it. Once again, just another blow by. If you're going to be physical and up and in like that, you just can't allow those straight line drives.
Nice high-low action between Ty Smith-Milner and Darnay Samuel there.
Well, there's just holes defensively for the Hawke's Bay Hawks all over the floor at the moment. Plenty of weaknesses that the Saints are attacking.
Isaiah Moore had 35 in round 5 against the Saints as it's Sutherland for 3 in the corner. Cuts the Saints lead to 8. Terry Henderson Jr. giving it to Darnay Samuel. Pretty strong.
Yeah, well, I think if it was some goaltending there, so the bucket will count, but we just see it again. Lucas Sutherland is having to defend Darnay Samuel at this end of the floor, and if he's not on Darnay, he's on Tohi or Ben Levy, and these big bodies are just having their way with him down low, finding him on deep seals, finding him in little pocket passes. He's not a natural 4-man. Sutherland not used to guarding those on balls, and he can do that at the other end though to make up for it. His second 3 in succession. Lucas Sutherland can shoot the ball.
Yeah, he shoots 39% from the 3-point line. Ty Smith-Milner, beautiful feed. He's up to 18 from Ben Eyre, who has 7 assists now and a timeout. Sam Gruggan and the Hawks have seen enough.
He has seen enough, Miles. That two-man game, it's just too easy for the Saints. As we see here, some of the offensive highlights for Lucas Sutherland, but defensively, there's just too many gaps, and the Saints are having their way, being able to find the bigs in those pockets, and it's just too easy finishing down low for them at the moment.
No Jordan Ngatai. We talk about his veteran presence, his scoring, but he is a stout defender. He is, I mean, he was a shooting guard. He's now a 3-4 man in this league, right?
Yeah, and he's one of those guys, he's strong enough to guard most of the 4s in this league. I mean, the Wellington Saints are pretty unique in some of the size and strength they have down low, but Geordie is certainly someone who gives the Hawks a different dynamic out there. He's able to switch some of those on balls and guard the 4-man, or at least hold his own down low, but at the moment there's just no resistance from the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Yeah, make sure you check out the Sal's NBL highlight show Tuesday nights from 7:30. And that'll give you all the action from round 13's games every week, each round highlighted. Player interview from that Sky Open free-to-air game on the Sunday afternoon as well. A great way to take in all the highlights. There's Isaiah Moore and the Hawks. What do they have out of the timeout? Oh, that's nice. Again, there's not a lot of answers for that play, conversely, for the Hawks.
No, if you want to talk about weaknesses defensively for the Saints, it's been exactly that. Isaiah Moore, when he puts his head down, tries to get into the lane, as Darnay not successful in that attempt. A rarity in this one, but Isaiah Moore, as we see again, just putting his head down is so quick on that first step.
Josh Roberts on the offensive glass. They are winning the rebound advantage by 8. The Hawks, 22-14. And again, it's Josh Roberts who is closing in on another double-double.
Well, Isaiah Moore is just beating his man so cleanly at the moment. He's forcing decisions from the Wellington Saints. Do they want to step up? He's fighting Josh Roberts for easy buckets or dunks. They want to stay home. He's doing a fantastic job drawing fouls. Shot the floater well tonight. He's up to 15 points.
Cut the lead to 6. Rasmussen on Henderson Jr. And that's a foul on Darnay Samuel on the screen there.
Well, Henderson's shaking his head, isn't he? But once again, they find the man on the roll. Darnay. To give the Hawks some credit, it's a pretty tough screen to fight over.
Yeah.
But they do have to do a better job of trying to fight through that, being more active with their hands and just making those pocket passes tougher.
This is a great response out of the timeout for Sam Gruggan. Every time he's called timeout, they haven't quite executed like that. Oh, and Ben Levy did just enough to disrupt Roberts. Ty Smith-Milner, way too much time. Oh, that's great rebounding from Henderson Jr.
Yeah, good activity there from Henderson Jr. on the glass. Hawks will be kicking themselves, have a decent defensive possession, but give up the offensive rebound.
Sutherland gets his feet set. Smith-Milner pulls down a board. It's his 5th. He's got 18 points, 3 assists as well. Ben Eyre with his 15 points and 7 assists finds Ty Smith-Milner on the roll. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
There's that two-man game again. That time Ben Eyre and Tohu Smith-Milner just working the Hawke's Bay defense. Ben Eyre doing the good job finding the rolling Smith-Milner.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Tall Blacks when it comes to this qualifying tournament. I'm not going to say the Tall Blacks punch above their weight, but they get the job done. They come together, and Tom, you can speak to this. Just everyone's played with each other at some level throughout their careers, and the Tall Blacks, they know this game and they know Pero Cameron's system as well, so they are well versed and well prepared to take on the world to get to the Olympics.
Yeah, right, Miles. That continuity and trust that the Tall Blacks have with each other, with that singlet, it's always been a massive advantage. They spend a lot more time together than many national teams do, who are often plucking together teams from all different parts of the world.
You've got guys like Wardenberg and Wetzel, who are obviously fantastic players, but they play a lot outside of New Zealand, obviously. Wardenberg and Wetzel in Europe. Wetzel obviously was at the Breakers previously before going back to Europe. Just trying to integrate those guys. Familiar, the younger guys coming through. A lot of vets on this team as well.
Yeah, you're right, Miles. It's got a bit more of an international flavour to it now, guys, which is great to see. Our Tall Blacks extending themselves and playing in great top-tier professional basketball leagues all over the world, as we see Ben Eyre with the Andrew Mulligan-like hook shot and almost a steal at the other end. But yeah, as I was saying, got Tall Blacks coming in from all over the world now. Isaac Fotu, obviously, who applies his trade in Japan. These guys love coming back together and playing together. It's something you look forward to as a Kiwi hooper. It's a special place to be.
Yeah, no Isaac Fotu in this Tall Blacks team, unfortunately. But it was great to see him in the stands at a Nelson Giants game recently when they celebrated their '94 championship. Him just sitting there with Finn Delaney, who is, of course, touched down in Finland. Hopefully by now.
We haven't really spoke about the impact. The other Fotu, Dan Fotu, he's gone away with the Tall Blacks as well. He was the late call-in for Hiram Harris. He had to pull out because of his injury, but it's a massive out for the Giants, who are looking to hold off some of these charging teams for that top 6 position.
He's been playing really well this season too. And Kobe Langley Theo Kuba, almost like a Moore and Roberts situation, but Greta and Futu, I argue on the wings, but Futu's playing a lot of 4, but they just seem so interchangeable for the Giants. It's got a great looking squad, and they've got that rapid league bench that are familiar with each other. As we see some changes for Zico Coronel and the Saints, as Smith Milner gets a seat, as does Sam Gold.
The Giants do have in their favour, Miles, probably the easiest run home, though, of all the teams. They've got, I believe, the Jets and the Sharks on that run home, so the schedule does favour them, even though they're going to be missing a key piece in Dan Fotu. So we see the Hawks bring this one back. Biggest lead the Saints have had all night was 14. They just can't seem to quite put away the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who are hanging around just long enough.
Yeah, this game has slowed down a little bit here. A lot more whistle coming out now. Dane talking, I think, to one of his social media guys on the baseline there with the camera.
Just checking they got a good picture of that.
I think he was. Dane always talking, love it. 79-68. Bit of fight in the Hawks here. Postseason aspirations will take a dent as the season heads towards its conclusion. 3 more rounds to go after round 13. The Hawks host the Airs next Wednesday night. That is a big game for them. That's a tough game. Murphy off the glass and in. Jacob Murphy brings the lead back to 10.
Jacob Murphy, he's been aggressive all night long. Started in the Rapid League earlier tonight. He's got a nose for scoring, as we see a little bit of zone here from the Hawks, something we haven't seen yet tonight. Haven't been able to slow down the Saints in the man-to-man, but straight away, the Saints recognise it.
Yeah, they haven't been able to add to those 10 threes at half-time either, have the Saints. They survived the Ben Air corner 3 out of that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, they've dropped down to a very poor 50% rate from the three-point line, Miles, after that hot start.
That's horrific. 10 of 20.
You're right, Miles, the pace has just gone out of this one, hasn't it? Both teams are slowing this thing down.
Moore kicks it out to Carter. Henderson Jr. with the rebound. New addition to the Saints roster. That man off to play for South Sudan. And that works for him and Tohi Smith-Milner.
Well, the Hawks have just got to find a different answer in these drops. Josh Roberts just out of position. They find Tohi Smith-Milner rolling to the basket. He's got a smile on his face because he knows Saints can go to that 2-man action whenever they want right now and generate a good look.
Tohi at the line. What a story South Sudan is, going to their first Olympics men's basketball tournament. The NBA has spent tens of millions of dollars developing basketball in Africa. We have an academy in Senegal, but South Sudan and the heritage that they have brought to Australian basketball is probably just as big a development tool for their basketball program as the NBA has been in Africa.
They can make some noise, Miles. That's a talented team that they've got assembled for the Olympics. They'll back themselves to make a decent run of that thing too, but as you said, plenty of South Sudanese players playing down this side of the world, especially in the ANBL at the moment. So it'll be awesome to see them going up against some of the world's best at the Olympics.
It usually was Angola or maybe even Nigeria making World Cups and the occasional Olympics, but South Sudan Basketball has exploded. I mean, the continent is owned by football, that is for sure. But basketball making an impact. Ty Smith-Milner gets his own rebound, has it blocked by Sutherland. Roberts cleans it up.
I do like the look, the zone, something different. The Hawks haven't been able to guard the Saints man on man. There's plenty of gaps in that zone, but it's a different look. It takes them out of their rhythm a little bit.
Rasmussen's 3 is off. They needed that. Close it back to 10. And here are the Saints with a 13-point lead. Ball movement, Dougal Meter. We saw him do this in the Rapid League game. Gets to his right. Gets the defender to bite and knocks down the 3.
Well, there's no better way to find rhythm as a three-point shooter than just getting your man up in the end, that little side step. Great way to get everything all working as one. Knocks down the 3.
He's doing everything at the moment, Isaiah Moore. Moves to 19. Remember, he had 35 in round 5 against the Saints. He has to do a lot of work here tonight to keep them in this game. Terry Henderson Jr. trigger on that one. Roberts with the board. He's well into his double-double now with 13 points, 12 rebounds. And a whistle on the baseline.
Well, Coach Sam Gruggan had to try something different. He's thrown the zone in here late in this third quarter, and the Saints have not shot the 3 very well in the second half. As you mentioned, Miles, I think they've made just 1 in this third quarter, if that. If that zone's going to force them to keep firing away, they're prepared to live and die by it at the moment.
I think that Dougal Meter 3 was the first 3 of this quarter for the Saints. Sutherland at the Chemist Warehouse line. Remember, you can do the mix and pick voting for the game MVP. It's coming up in the fourth quarter. Nice baseline pass to Ben Levy. Henderson Jr.'s 3 connects. And Henderson Jr. moves to 17 now. How many 3s is that for him? That is his 3rd 3. He's 3 of 4. Coming up, minute to go in the 3rd. Rasmussen. Ben Levy. Here's Air. He's done well to stay out of foul trouble. Pulls it back. Carter with the rebound.
Bit of a heat check there from Ben Air, and I like the look. Would have been a great momentum shifter if he made that.
Henderson Jr., can he get the steal? He can. Oh, lost the handle. Foul called.
Yeah, looked like that could have been a foul on Ben Air there, which would have been his 3rd. Saints come up with it.
Broken up. Can hold for the last shot of... No, okay. Dougal Meter and the Saints will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, poor shot selection there from Isaiah Moore. He's done too much wrong tonight, but should have held on to that one.
Ben Air, corner ball. And he holds his head. He probably thought he got fouled on that one on the follow-through, but nonetheless, it is 3rd quarter break time, and the Saints in control by 15. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter. Welcome back. It is the Saints in control, scoring 89 points through 3 quarters. 27-21, that was the third quarter count score-wise between these two teams. The Saints have led for almost the majority of this game, and they're in control here in the fourth quarter. The leading scorer is Tahi Smith-Milner with Darnay Samuel. Both have 22. Isaiah Moore has 19 for the Hawks, the league's leading scorer, scoring at 25 a game. He's been supported by Lucas Sutherland with 16 and Josh Roberts with 13. The Saints have just been methodical in the way they've picked it apart. They saw a zone, they found the corner ball, and we're underway in the fourth quarter. Tom Abercrombie.
Yeah, it wasn't always pretty for the Wellington Saints in that third quarter, but they start out generating another good look from the corner for Benet. It doesn't drop down, but they're grinding their way through this one. Still got 89 points as we get our first look at the mix and pick MVP votes, and Darnay Samuel, rightfully so, out in front with 58% of the votes. He's been a beast down low all night tonight, closely followed by his fellow Bash brother, Tahi Smith-Milner.
Bash brother is a great description. Darnay has 9 of 12 from the floor. Tahi misses that. 4 rebounds. Tahi has 7 rebounds. Both have 3 assists as well. And Tahi, to his credit, has 3 steals. He's picked up defense right out there as well for the Saints. Treacher spent the last couple of years in playing high school basketball in the States, actually. Sutherland from the States travelled.
Yeah, I believe he stood on the baseline there.
My bad. 89-74.
Well, it's going to take something pretty special from the Hawks here in this fourth quarter. You get a feeling Miles, their hair's gone out of their sails a little bit. And they've fallen back into the zone to try and take Wellington out of some rhythm.
Oh, great look to Sam Gold. That's his first points of the game. Beautiful feed from Benet.
17-point lead now for Wellington, their biggest of the evening. Hawke's Bay Hawks have found a way to come back every other time. But on this occasion, the Saints looking pretty poised and in control. Benet running the show.
Tahi to the line.
Well, the Hawke's Bay Hawks, Miles, they came into this game ranked second last in the league in defensive rating, as we spoke about earlier, up against this high-powered offensive Wellington Saints team. As we get another look at our Sal's pizza deal of the week, 25% off any large pizza. Use the code SALSJAM. But it's been a big area of concern all season long for the Hawks. They've had their moments offensively, haven't had any problem scoring the ball at times. But defensively, they just haven't been consistent enough, haven't been able to get the job done. And coming down to the business end of the season, if you can't hang your hat on something consistently at the defensive end, you're going to find it very hard to beat some of these top teams.
Smith-Milner misses the first. Makes the second. Isaiah Moore. What's he got in his bag of tricks? He's going to need a lot. Saints have done a decent enough job on Isaiah Moore. His connection with Roberts has been effective throughout the game.
Well, Isaiah Moore continuing to make things happen for the Hawks. It's such a constant for them all season long.
That was his eighth assist. Tahi Smith-Milner. Roberts brings it down. Benet, by the way, has 10 assists on that look to Sam Gold, which is really pretty. Moore with a floater and a foul. And that's on Benet.
Well, double-double for Benet, 17 points, 10 assists in this one. Double-double for Josh Roberts as well. League's leading rebounder. He's got 13 points and 13 rebounds. Still got 8.5 minutes to play in this one.
Rasmussen just 9 points for him. He was averaging over 20 coming into round 12. was well contained by Nelson. And then Saints have done a job on him tonight, just hasn't been able to get into the flow of the game.
No, you're right, Miles. Doesn't look like he's playing with quite that same confidence and just swagger about him as he did earlier on in the season. We all go through those little periods sometimes.
Oh, that's a great pass and a nice shot from Sam Gold.
Well deserved too. Sam Gold getting his first start tonight. He's had a few good looks from the three-point line in the corner. Knocks down that one.
Here is Rasmussen. The Aussie with the Kiwi dad. Misses that, left it short. Ben Eyre and the Saints closing in on 100 points. We've still got 7 minutes to go in this game. The air has been sucked out of the gym, it feels like.
Does feel like it, Miles. It's pretty quiet.
Speaking
down
of which,
in the Hawke's Bay.
Ben Eyre will go to the line.
I think the crowd can just sense this game and potentially the Hawke's Bay Hawks season slipping away. This loss, if they do go on to lose tonight, put them a couple of games back from the Nelson Giants. Sam Gruggan has seen enough. Doesn't like the effort and intensity he sees from his lads right now, and he wants to have a chat about it.
17 is the lead. Well, they go again on Wednesday night. So they have a 6-day break. Well, six days in between their next game. They have the Airs in this very building. That's round 14. And then they've got a double game round for round 15, where they have to travel to play the Bulls. And then they have the Jets. And then their last game will be hosting the Tuatara, and it's not going to get any easier.
That's a tough run home, Mel's. As you said, doesn't get any easier for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They're going to have to pull out a bit of a miracle to try and creep into the top 6 now, you feel like. The Wellington Saints jostling for that all-important playoff positioning. We know how important a home crowd is come playoff time. One-off playoff battles this year as teams travel home and away. Good to see that system back up and running.
Do you remember playing that? Did you have postseason basketball when it was home court advantage? Can you remember that far back, Tom?
I do remember because I was playing for the Waikato Pistons at the time.
Yeah.
We split our time between a high school gym and the YMCA down in Hamilton, but we had to play our playoff basketball in Te Awamutu.
I think I called a quarter of my first basketball game in Te Awamutu in 2009.
I remember we played the Hawke's Bay Hawks in the playoff game down there. I remember Polder Winatana matching up with him, the Bishop.
The Bishop, yes.
In all his athletic glory.
Polder Winatana, a great Hawks player, a stalwart. Did you win?
We did win. Went on to win that season. We had a very good team. Pero Cameron, Adam Ballinger, Justin Bailey.
Adam Ballinger.
Mike Fitchett.
I know Mike Fitchett. Lovely man.
He was the Abercrombie and Fitch days.
I love the Abercrombie and Fitch days. And you had some amazing uniforms. I think I've seen recently. Three-quarter length shorts. I think they were capri pants, weren't they?
I don't know what those were, but
they're amazing.
I don't think I kept those ones.
I don't think Fitch was particularly happy they resurfaced on the internet. Adam Ballinger, was he? Adam Ballinger played for the 36ers, if I recall, and he was also the player president, the player rep for the NBL, the Players Union, and he also he's really good at drawing.
Really talented artist.
Yeah.
If you can look him up on Instagram, I'm not sure what his handle is these days, but does really cool kind of cartoony pictures of basketball players. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. He's done some stuff with some NBA teams too. Got him over there to strut his stuff, so worth a look up.
Leaders balloon to 21. as we reminisced from the Pistons days of Tom Abercrombie's memory bank, and Isaiah Moore spinning, trying, travelled. Just took too many steps there, unfortunately, for Isaiah Moore and the Hawks.
He's trying to do everything now, isn't he? And he's done so much for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team, but just getting pinged for the travel on that occasion, Isaiah Moore.
Yeah, cross-court, Ty Smith-Milner. Roberts must have got a piece of that. That was wild. Yeah, knocking down that three. And Gruggan calls another timeout. This game has slipped away from the Hawks.
Well, this game is over, Miles. Sam Gruggan can feel it too. I think he's out of timeouts. So it'll be his last pep talk to try and rally his team, as the errant shot from Tohi Smith-Milner bounces perfectly into the hands of Ben Eyre, who puts two hands up. He can sense the Saints coming out on top on this one.
Yeah, just over 5 minutes to go in this game, and Tom Abercrombie has called time of death. 9:17 local. Darnay Samuel will be your game MVP, unless Isaiah Moore just goes absolutely mental. But Darnay Samuel in game number 100 as well. You can use that QR code. Congratulations, Darnay.
Yeah, congratulations, Darnay.
Well deserved. Mid-season pickup by the Saints after a Hiram Harris injury, which has kept him out for probably, dare I say, most of the season.
Well, how crucial has that been, Miles? Picking him up and allowing Hiram to have that time to recover from whatever it is going on in that knee. They obviously don't want to rush him back, and they don't have to at the moment, because Darnay's more than held his own down there.
Well, he did try. He did come back, Hiram. He was out and then came back. Had no strapping, had no ill effects, but then he was out again. So obviously something happened, or they were like, no, you can't keep playing. And to Hiram's credit, he would never say, no, I can't play. He's that kind of player.
Yeah, Hiram, he wants to play. He's just a hooper. He loves being out there. It would be killing him. He's not away with those Tall Black boys at the moment.
Yeah, commiserations on that, Hiram.
You only get so many of those tours, and hopefully we see Hiram back out there healthy for this playoff run from the Wellington Saints. I know he's eager to get back out there. Saw him shooting around pre-game, looking pretty good, so hopefully he's not too far away.
Moore with a runner. Henderson Jr., the Saints' new import. Second game for him. 19 points, breakout game for him. Sam Gold can't connect on that three. Treacher misses that three. Should give a special mention while we've still got 4.5 minutes to go to Corey Lovell. Played in the Rapid League game.
Nick Lovell,
yeah, he was terrific.
He was fantastic, Miles. Did everything in that Rapid League game. Hopefully we get a chance to see him later on in this one, but
10 points, 8 rebounds in the Rapid League, 6'10" frame by all accounts, and 7-foot wingspan.
moves his feet. Had about 3 or 4 blocks in that Rapid League game. Looked like a real up-and-comer, which is great to see.
Great frame on him. Looks like he could fill it out even a little bit more. He played junior college, but is eligible now to go on to maybe, hopefully, Div 1, maybe Div 2. Certainly good enough to play Div 1, that's for sure.
He is.
NCAA's a development player, obviously, for the Saints. But he's got a bright-looking future, to be honest. First time I've seen him play. Tom, first time you've probably seen him play as Moore goes down. And Darnay Samuel will be called for the offensive foul there.
Yeah, Darnay just a bit big there. I think Isaiah Moore might have exaggerated that contact a little bit, but really interested in learning a little bit more about Corey Lovell. I think he's just got the prototypical kind of basketballer's body these days. 6'10", with that kind of size. If you can move your feet and be versatile, be able to switch things defensively. He's going to get better and better, hopefully learn to develop a bit more of a consistent shot. But that kind of athlete's always going to find a place in any basketball team these days.
Baseline cut. Back to Sutherland. Nice crossover, felt the bump. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Sam Gold will pick up the foul.
Well, Lucas Sutherland, he's been solid tonight offensively. He's got 18 points on the evening. He's made 4 of 10 threes. But like most of the other Hawke's Bay Hawks starters, he's minus 20 in the plus minus. All the starters up around that minus 22, minus 20 mark. They do rely a lot on that starting 5 to get things done for them. Unfortunately, hasn't been their night tonight.
Certainly hasn't. They could never quite pull on this seemingly game-long 12-point lead, especially in the first half, and that's just crept out now to 20. It's Henderson Jr. He's had his breakout game in his second appearance for the Saints.
Yeah, he's been really solid, hasn't he, Miles? Second game for the Saints, just getting his feet wet in the last loss to the Bulls. Had a bit of foul trouble in the first half tonight, picked up 3 fouls in the first half, but he's come on really well. Looks like he's going to be another good find in the import realm for the Wellington Saints. Zico Cotter now does his homework very well, always finding good pieces to the puzzle, and Henderson's got big shoes to fill. Obviously Lat Mayan off to chase his Olympic dream with South Sudan, and Henderson called in to fill that role, fill that gap. Looks to be a really good piece.
Makes a second. 22 is the lead. Under 3 to go. Roberts up high. Henderson Jr. Ty Smith-Milner. Good ball movement. Gold. It's been there all night for him.
It has, Miles. I love that he hasn't hesitated either. He's, I think, 1 for 6 from the 3, Sam Gold, but he's letting that thing fly. The shot looks good. The mechanics look good. They're good open shots he has to shoot.
And congratulations to him on his start tonight. Ben Air wins the battle on that one. It has been a war between those 2 guards. And Ben Air moves to 28 and 11 assists with 4 rebounds. Isaiah Moore gets a season average of 25.
Well, obviously a pretty healthy lead here from the Wellington Saints, but you still see Ben Air, Dane Samuel, Tohi Smith-Milner, and Terry Henderson Jr. out there. Obviously, Coach Zico understanding the importance of the points percentage coming down the stretch. He wants every single one of these. The Wellington Saints are not going to show any mercy. They're going to try and run the score up as much as they possibly can.
It's nothing
these last
personal.
2 minutes.
I think a lot of teams, I think some players and some teams back, even in the Aussie NBL, didn't realise that the points percentage was a thing.
Yeah, it took a while, Miles,
it did,
to get it through your head.
There was some aggro at the end of some games as to why you guys doing that. Not you, Tom.
Never me. Aggro on the inside, maybe.
Yeah. Focused. But yes, points percentage is a reality in this game and in this league. And Ben Air's night is done.
28 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds for Ben Air. He deserves to be up near the top of those MVP votes. Get your vote in if you haven't already. Chance to win some Sal's Pizza.
Also, this is why the Hawks still have their starters out there, because they too want to keep the points percentage down. to a minimum as much as they can. And that's a foul on Roberts, Josh Roberts. He's been battling all game, 15 points, 15 rebounds. That's his 5th foul though, and he'll sit for the rest of the minute 42 of the game.
Well, he's done his job, Miles. Josh Roberts. There's nothing too flashy about his game apart from some of those dunks we saw earlier tonight, but he's a fantastic role player. He's going to rebound hard. He's going to finish well around that dunker spot. I think on a higher level team, he could be a really important piece. Unfortunately, this Bay Hawks outfit, they just need more talent out there. Don't quite have the depth that some of these other teams do, and certainly we've seen tonight, you take away one piece of that puzzle, and Jordi Ngatai is such an important part about what they do.
Yeah, you're really taking the heart and soul out of the Hawks, aren't you, when you take Jordan Ngatai out of this? He's more than just a glue guy. He's everything. He sets the tone defensively. He shares the ball. He scores the ball when needs to. This one, Tahi swiped at it, got called for it, almost got away with it. Just his 2nd foul. Big night for Tahi Smith-Milner again. 23 for him. He comes into the game averaging just over 19, but he again shot so well in that first half.
Once again, who stopped them?
Half-time break.
Half-time break. Great defense from the half-time break on Tahi.
Yeah, it's a real mood killer. Tahi 3 for 9. From 3.
He started off for 3 for 3, didn't he?
He did. 8 for 16 overall. Dane's done in game 100. Congratulations, Dane. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Dane Samuel. No, Dane's going to inbound the ball. I apologise. Thought he was going to get a breather. But he's out there with a minute to go. Here's Smith-Milner kicking it out. There it is. Sam Gold, 3 ball. More the other way. Sutherland needs to get rid of it. Throws it away.
Well, it's been a messy finish to this game for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They've scored just 15 points in this 4th quarter. They've struggled to stop the Wellington Saints all night long, but the offensive's dried up a little bit at the end here too. Pride on the line as they look to finish strong in this last 40 seconds.
Henderson Jr. falling away. Handle lost. Smith-Milner to Dane. Up to Tahi. Very, very casual. Beautiful from the bigs.
Tahi and Dane running the break. It's a 2-man game you don't see too often in the open court, but still providing us some highlights late in this one.
You, of course, won a championship with the Saints, Team Noel.
It's true, Miles.
Noel's. Which version was that one again?
That was version 2.
That was version 2.
Yep.
Unreal. Going through a season unbeaten, what was that like? Did you feel the pressure? Was it a lot of chat started to build around that?
I came into the team late in the piece, didn't play the whole season.
It was the World Cup year, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they were really struggling. They were, I think, 13-0 and just needed a bit of help.
You turn things around.
Oh God, Paulie, if you really need an extra body, mate, I can come and help you guys out. But
yes, that's so gracious of you.
There was a bit of pressure.
Yeah, because I bet you didn't say it outwardly, but I bet you didn't talk about it. But you go, oh jeez.
No, we didn't talk about it, but obviously
everyone else.
Geordie Mills had T-shirts made up.
Oh, that's right.
And
Geordie. Great work.
They were sitting in the box in the locker room before that last game, which we...
Did you know there were T-shirts in there? Congratulations, Dane, you player of the game.
Yeah,
MVP.
fair enough, Dane. Good job. I didn't know they were in there, but I'm sure some guys saw them. Because they had T-shirts for version 1 too.
Yeah, they did. Dane on the catch. That is the game MVP. And that is the game. 117-91 is the scoreline. The Saints cruise to a comfortable win in Napier. A 28-point fourth quarter. And the Hawke's Bay Hawks final 6 aspirations take a knock here. And on behalf of Tom Abercrombie and the Sky Sport crew, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of round 13. Paul Maria.